Hello and welcome everybody out there in Twitch and D&D land to the newest session of the Tal'Dorei campaign here on our channel. Now, before we jump into the action, as per usual, we have a few short announcements we have to make. The first one is open slots. 1 second. There we go, that's much better. The first one is open slots. If you are interested in joining any of our fantastic games here, and all of them are pay to play, so keep that in mind. I'd be more than happy to integrate you on in and let you join in on any of the fun. Your level of experience does not matter to us. We just want you to be able to have a community that will let you grow as a role player and enjoy yourself. As long as you're a halfway decent human being, because I've actually turned away about 3 players from joining my community this week alone. Be a halfway decent person. Don't be shitty. Yeah. It's pretty easy, actually. But we'd be more than happy to have you. Outside of that, if you want to support what we do, but you don't necessarily want to go through the usual means of joining one of the games, please follow me at any of my channels. We have a Twitch, a Twitter, a YouTube, and a Facebook. All you have to do is look in the description below on YouTube, or if you're on Twitch, use the command !media. Outside of that, one last announcement that I am personally super excited about. TPK Kick. There is a Kickstarter going on where they are 300% funded for the second edition Bestiary from 2C Gaming. It is a fantastic book. It looks like it's going to be great. I'm hanging out in their Discord all the time, listening to what they're doing. I'm not chatting that much, but I'm very busy. But yeah, the second edition is coming out to the Bestiary, and if you want high-level, high-challenge rating creatures to throw at your players that they are not ready for, things that they do not know what they are, this is fantastic. Just get rid of the metagaming by not allowing there to be a meta, right? Alrighty. So, I believe that is everything. Jimmy, tell us, what happened last session?
So last week, we started off with our injured friend inside of this appeared to be temple of sorts. He wasn't able to come along with us, so kind of decided to leave him behind. There were voices speaking to Prissa, Jimmy, Canaroth, and Dorzen still. But with a little quick thinking from Yurik, he managed to deafen some of us, and I think Jimmy managed to deafen at least one person as well once he was snapped back too. Canaroth, though, still remained enamored with his weapon. We moved on. We found a treasure room. I believe Dorzen noticed within there some of the treasure moving a little bit. We discovered a passage leading downward. With some trails of acid in its wake. Prissa scouted ahead, found the tunnel continued on into a room with a skull with some glowing red eyes. We proceeded down the tunnel, came across a new entity who I believe was called like the Horde Master, or had some honorific title. He seemed to be some sort of follower for one of the betrayer gods.
The Horde Master was the name of the betrayer god back during that era. The individual you saw was the Ruined Path.
Perfect. So we came along the Ruined Path, who, without mixing so many words, threw down with us. Really gave us kind of a beating, but then noticed Canaroth's weapon, took hold of it, and immediately fell to the floor lifeless, seemingly being able to grant himself a final rest. We weren't able to remove the sword from him, but Canaroth did seem to come to grips after we beat him unconscious because he really wanted that sword. He came back too. We decided to press on after a short rest, giving everybody a little chance to recover from that tussle. And then we continued on until we ultimately came to the room I think that we're currently in, further in this place where some half-orc, bright green skin, dragon hide vest, was perched up ahead of us, kind of looked over our group and acknowledged that he knew Dorzen right away. And that's where we are.
Thank you very much. As you're all standing there, moving through this area, finally having a calm down Conrath, but very frustrated given the circumstance. You see this tall standing orcish individual just smile out at you, Dorzen. It's been quite some time. Hey. Now, we're going to have a little flashback. With you, Dorzen. Yes.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's fine. Dorzen. Many years ago, you were a very accomplished ship hands on a fairly notorious vessel. A large craft that the blackened hull of the ship that looked somewhat burnt, but was a naturally instilled state of the wood that they utilized for it, brought fear into the eyes and minds of many individuals who sailed across the Catal Bay. Now, you're standing on your ship, hoisting a large sail down as the winds were carrying you in awkward positions in different manners. Your captain walks up behind you. Hey, boy. Whew. These winds seem to come out of nowhere, huh?
Aye, Captain.
You know, almost would have thought this would have been a warning or something. If only superstitions were ever true. But hey, we have a good catch this time. Our lead over there, Hendrix. You look back at Hendrix, an individual who was a fairly close friend and competitor in position with you on this vessel. Good of you, boy, to figure that one out. These people, they, you sure they've been doing the deeds you say? He smiles with a couple of missing teeth that are replaced with golden nuggets. Yeah, definitely. These guys have been seen roaming around the area, attacking different shipping vessels for the refugees. When are they gonna learn? These are our seas, boys. Why don't we remind them of why? So, you continue sailing across the way, and Dorzen, this entire time you've had this feeling in your chest that this is going... It just feels wrong. The storm is too heavy, the ocean is too quaky, the information you have on the vessel is too limited. I mean, 2 entry points on the entire vessel? That's preposterous, especially with how large they're claiming to be. And how large the vessel is supposed to be, considering it's meant to steal food from the oceans? That's weird, but Hendrickson's been a good guy, good friend. He's never steered you wrong before, right? Well, as you are sailing in that direction, your vessel finally breaks through a current where you see a fully rested ship. A completely blackened hull, seeming to camouflage under the guise of this gigantic storm above. Your captain looks onwards curiously as the ship is anchored in the middle of the open seas. Well, that's weird. Anchored in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. They must have just picked up a haul, right, Captain? Maybe. We haven't seen any ships for miles. Hendrix, where'd you get this information from? A few of the contacts. you know, usual people over on the shoreline.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Hey, man, don't worry. He slaps you on your shoulder. We'll be fine. We're going to get a massive pay for this as soon as we return that over to the frickin' idiots. They'll take it. We get handsome reward, and we get to sink another ship, right? Now, as you are approaching the vessel, your ship starts grinding on something down below, scraping against unforeseen, large, hulking juts of earth and cracked rocks that, for some reason, are out in the middle of this area. Hendrix has been navigating the whole time. It should have been clear waters in this area, but your ship is too large to handle it. Immediately as this is happening, you have to grind to a halt as everybody is running below deck to start their repairs. And there's nobody but you, your captain, and Hendrix on the top of the ship. Now, you begin questioning what is happening up here and arguing with Hendrix. His information is supposed to be good. These seas are supposed to be clear, and yet clearly they aren't, and your vessel might be sinking, and you aren't exactly an adept swimmer. However, as you're having this conversation, your captain, the man who adopted you, took care of you, cared for everything in your life, walks over and pats you on the arm. Hey, Dorzen, stop. He made a simple mistake, man. We do that sometimes. You don't need to keep yelling at him. You know, we'll be fine. We're gonna tie you up a little bit, make sure you're attached to a few of our best swimmers, and you know, just keep paddling as best as you can. I think we have an extra vessel as well, a smaller ship on the side. You go over to the side of the boat where there's a rowboat, and you see a harpoon swing past your face. As quickly as it passes by, you watch it pierces into the chest of your captain, all the way through. And before he can even react, pulls him over the side of the ship. A battle ensues. You are fighting off hordes of these masked individuals with pale blue skin and sharp, darkened eyes, and Hendrix seems to have your back in this fight until your guard drops for just a single moment, and a dagger slides into your kidney. You turn to look at him, as his hand is shaking, and he takes 2 steps back, with your blood soaking it. Now, from below deck, you watch as the first mate charges up top, soaked in blood and scars and battlement. A large half-orc named Glade, looking at you and Hendrickson on the top of the ship, and the other 3 people that are fighting monstrously. Glade charges full force at Hendrickson and tackles him off the side of the ship before everything goes black for you. Now, standing before you is that same orcish individual, Dorzen, the first mate of the vessel, Glade, smirking. You haven't seen anybody from the old days since your return to the surface. How you been, boy?
How are you alive?
But you think that pussy would have been able to kill me?
Yeah, you know each other. It is a pleasure.
Aye, same. He moves his hulking axe to the other hand, walks forward, and offers to shake his hand to you, Alarn.
Yeah, Alarn grabs on to shake.
The name is Glade the Beheader. Good to meet you.
The name is Ilaren. the beheader.
I,
Very
Is,
well.
is that
Is
a
it-
family name or is it?
it's an earned title. You look at him, and he has tiny skulls on a jaded necklace around him that has gems imbued into each of the eye sockets, and on his belt hangs about 4 heads, all of which the flesh has completely drawn off of by this time.
Do those heads look old or do they look kind of?
Make a medicine check. No, not particularly old. Well skinned, but not old.
I guess second follow-up question: do any of those heads look like they were maybe natives of this jungle?
That's something you would have to get a closer examination and know the physicality of the natives in order to tell.
That's fair.
Oh, Dorzen, why don't you introduce me to your new crew, buddy? He starts walking around and offers his hand to each of you. Aye.
Krista shakes his hand.
Dorzen, you alright?
Yes, my mouse's battery's gone, so I have to type with my default mouse. It's taking me a while.
I
to
gotcha.
take notes. You said it's Glade, right?
Glade. Glade.
Okay, Glade. This is Glade. He was first mate on the ship I was on.
Oh, so he's a friend of yours. Well, a friend of Dorzen's is a friend of ours.
How long have you been in here?
Oh, few weeks. Take.
And how did you locate the entrance?
I fucking navigated. He just points over at Alarn. This guy.
Any help from the natives?
I ran into a few of them. They're a bit testier than usual, but decent enough folk. They warned me not to come here. The riches will send you mad. I don't understand it. I'm already mad.
That might explain how you got so far. I hope you did not enslave any of the natives on your way.
Prissa, you are no longer under the effect. Well, I mean, I killed a few of them, but that's because they were trying to kill me. I don't seek to kill people willy-nilly. Only those that fuck me or somebody else over.
I'll do a quick insight on that.
Sure. Prissa, no.
19.
I mean, he seems honest enough. He's not terribly difficult to read, but he has a very elusive personality. Kind of whimsical, but to a very gnarly degree. So, by his title and stance, you would not be surprised if he did just murderize people.
Well, defending oneself is the right of the land. So,
Hey, ain't that the truth? He pulls out this like huge jug and just starts chugging from it.
well, but you said you
Hold
knew
up.
that the sea-
I'm not just taking your questions from you right now. Doors in. Bring it in, boy. Comes over, offers you a hug.
He gingerly accepts it because he's really confused
All right.
now.
He straightens your back and squeezes you tightly into him. He is a
that's great.
strong individual.
Oh, hey.
Hey, sorry guys.
Hey,
Alright, it happens.
you're good. Oh, you know,
We're all
Um,
dead.
By the way, quick question, Jero. Can Prissa tell about Dorzen's discomfort, maybe, or?
Roll an insight check.
Why was I supposed to not use the camera?
Because all the cameras are already set. If you turn yours on, it ruins everybody else's placement.
Ah, all right. Yeah, fair enough.
Maybe after the break.
Dorzen is discomforted. Yeah. Or uncomfortable.
In that case, while this Glade fellow is hugging her friend, she's going to fiddle with her medallion and kind of read some surface thoughts from this fellow.
The moment you start casting the spell, his axe swings up underneath your throat, and he just holds it there. What are you trying to do there?
I thought his back was turned to me there. Sorry.
No, you're presumably on Dorzen, but...
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If he goes for the swing, I go for the parry.
He stunted the swing. It's just at her throat.
It's a nervous habit to fiddle with my necklace. Sorry.
No, you're casting magic. I know the type. Dorzen, you know this guy has a problem with people who use magic, and he's been known to kill them quickly.
Push his axe
Sorry.
down.
Sorry.
Must be watching yourself with stuff like that.
Okay.
You wouldn't happen to know the way out of here, would you? You've been here for weeks?
Who the hell? Oh, would you look at that? One of those half folk. Yeah. No. I ventured down here figuring this would be the pooper. Turns out it's just the ground level. I don't know. The entire time I thought it was like a body or something, you know, like going through the intestines, the stomach, and it turns out that this is just something.
Yes, we figured the same thing. It did remind of a body somewhat.
Yeah, it did. Sorry. I'm a bit testy right now. It's been a few weeks since I've interacted with somebody other than myself. I apologize not to set up for you, Prissa. I just don't like people casting spells on me.
Sorry, too. We're in a dangerous sort of place, so I'm just maybe a little jumpy too with my spells.
How did you get past the broken path?
What, the big fucker upstairs? I ran. Not my proudest moment. I got close to him and he started asking me, where is it? Give it back. I said, I'll give you this fucking axe up your arse. I don't know why I just immediately went over to Scottish after he was pirate. I feel like they're the same accent in my mind.
For a second I thought he just went dwarf.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's why I said Scottish.
I am still in hybrid form because it lasts for an hour.
Sure. He doesn't seem to be looking at you oddly. He's just, like, answering your question. Yeah, so, big fucker was pretty strong. I mean, grabbed me and threw me down with one hand. So
Dorzen as well.
Really? Dorzen's never been the strongest. Big, not the strongest.
I just give him a fuck you say? Look.
It's true. Back then, you were not as strong as you are now. Oh yeah, Yurik, your spells are really at what they are at right now. You've used a lot of spell slots at the party's request.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
They wanted Conoroth not to kill the party.
Makes sense.
Although it would have been easier to knock his ass unconscious in the first place.
Hey, we didn't know that.
Yeah.
When Glade's not paying attention to Prissa, can Prissa message Dorzen real quick with a whisper?
Okay.
Without him saying?
You can try. But the moment you begin casting a spell, his attention snaps towards you with recognition. He seems to be very alert to people who cast spells and know how they move and manipulate.
That's okay. That's alright.
It's like somebody has the Mage Slayer feat. They recognize it, and it's an innate reaction to it happening.
Yeah, Prissa goes to whisper. Then when he snaps to her, her hands go down to her side, and she like shrinks a little in the saddle.
Well, that aside, Jimmy, would you mind trying to figure out what kind of elemental seed this might be?
Well, I got no problem with it. Is that okay with you, Glade?
Are you sure?
I start ritual casting.
Okay. He sees you like, oh hey, what's that? Is that? Well, it smells like magic, but what are you fucking? Oh, that's interesting. And he's just over your shoulder the whole time, like asking you questions, like, what are you doing? How does that work? Oh, what was that word again? Can you spell it? Like, he's very intrigued, but like timid about what you are doing. He seems a little freaked out about it.
Yeah, this is an attenuator. I have to charge it up with the residuum battery. It takes a little while. Ouch kind of helps with the process, but...
Ouch, what the fuck? Oh, that thing. So Dorzen, did you go out of your way of finding a merry band of deviants or merry band of good people? I don't know. What are you? What are you like? I don't understand. I see religious freak, big ass puppy, little folk.
I'd like to think I'm good.
Yes, I believe we are mostly good, though somewhat bad company. At least, so we are told.
Oh, I'm not bad company.
Well, I was not speaking of you at this moment.
Oh, okay.
But yes, even Dorson over there has found religion.
He is a half-orc, Sir Yurik.
Alright.
Yeah, just...
Not the most uncommon race in the world. Still treated monstrous in certain circles, but they're common enough. He just kind of looks like a grave robber.
I forgot the size of the seed. You said it was like 20 feet, or am I thinking back to the previous one?
It's about 20 feet tall on top of a large stem that's about 20 feet down, and the width of it is about 10 to 15 feet. Almost like the stem is a pedestal for the seed to sit upon to reach up to the ceiling.
Okay.
Ugh. So what have you been doing all these years, man? I couldn't find you after the shipwreck.
I was sold.
That fucking bastard.
Where is Hendrix?
If I knew, he'd already be dead. I knocked him into the waters and he had 4 of those fucking fish people attack me. While I was busy doing what I do, he scurried away.
Is it okay if I ask who Hendrix is? Or is it too personal?
He's a fucking piece of shit.
He's a traitor.
You know, I never liked that brat. I never liked him. Way too kiss-assy. Yes, sir. Not the way a pirate's supposed to be.
So, how many of you pirates went down here? Do you have any idea?
Oh, I haven't been a pirate in a few years. I mean, I've stolen a few boats and sailed them myself, but I haven't belonged to a proper crew. Right now, I came down here with my nephew. He started acting a little crazy, so I knocked his ass out.
Right.
Hmm.
He's probably dead by now.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
I would describe the one we met up top. Is that
him, yeah. What, he's alive?
Yes.
Oh,
Broken legs, but still alive.
Broken leg? Why would you leave a man alive like that? In a place like this?
Well, we fixed him up as best we could.
Right, but he's not gonna survive this place. He's gonna die.
We are going back for him, of course.
Oh, sure. He looks up at the hole. So how are we getting up there?
We'll find a way.
How are we getting through the acid, and then how are we getting past the big fucker, and how are we climbing back up the intestines, and then how are we getting out of the stomach?
Yes, the big one is dead.
Wait, y'all killed him?
In a way, I presume we did.
Impressive.
Also, I have I have a spell I could do to help us go up that hole.
How far up is the hole?
The hole from where all of you are standing is about 40 plus feet. However, it is also a large tunnel that swayed at an incredible slope with no grip that even Alarin could hold onto with his claws, up into a section that is filled with acid that burns, latches to your skin, and continues to erode and burn, and that water actually makes worse. Up to another hole that has to go through that room, up rounding intestines, and travel time alone is about 3 hours.
Right. So we are in the digestive tract of some primordial.
Maybe.
If we were in a digestive tract of the primordial, where could Prissa maybe gauge what part of the tract currently?
Roll a medicine check. To the best of your knowledge, that last tunnel should have led out to the pooper.
I think these primordials have a very long digestive system.
Primordial? What the fuck is that thing? Wait, you mean they didn't just model it after our body? Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, no. I had a vision of an actual being laying down here and opening his mouth as the entrance.
And well, if my calculations are correct, we should have already gone out the butt by now. But maybe they just have a big digestive tract.
It might be. Or we might have come into a natural cave beneath it. You never know.
So, Jimmy, it's around this time that your ritual casting has completed.
Boop, boop, boop.
This object is the Seed of Yawgmoth. And yes, I'm stealing that name because it's a fucking great name. It is the dormant state of a slumbering primordial.
Am I able to ascertain any of the aspects of the primordial? What am I having to do?
It is attuned to the earth and to death.
Yeah. In so few words, that's kind of what this thing is.
Your little box tell you that.
Not really, but that's kind of what I figured based off of what it was picking up on.
You know, I like this one. And he picks you up by the scruff of your jacket, Jimmy, and places you on his shoulder.
Yeah, that's right. No,
Just so you can see better. You're a smart one.
Yeah. I'm like just looking at everybody in the group like, is this okay?
Aprissa looks like she wants to like raise her hand and say she's a smart one too, but then like the previous experience like makes her like no.
It's like when one puppy gets attention and the other puppy's like, but what about me?
Wait, but I'm adorable too.
Kind of.
So then, what's the plan? I can walk up that slope. Or do we want to try another way out?
Well, you guys are saying that there was already supposed to be a way out. And there isn't.
Maybe it's buried under the bodies.
Well, this is just a thought, but if the seed is here, usually seeds have ways of exiting. Otherwise, they don't do much use just staying inside of the host. So there's got to be a way out somewhere.
And I know that we're not supposed to know, so don't tell us, but did we get what we came here for?
Yeah, I'm still confused about that.
Well, not. Yeah.
What we have seen, yes, we have gotten what we came here for.
Yeah, but it would be pertinent to. Well, if the seed is the source of this whispering madness, we should probably try to silence it.
Oh,
is
I
it the
wouldn't do
seed
that
or
if
is
I
it
was
the
you.
altar?
I would not do that if I was you.
Why not?
So about 2 weeks ago and 5 days ago, I got really frustrated at not having anywhere to go. So I took my anger out on the thing. Let's just say it doesn't like it, and it hurts a lot.
What thing? Prissa
Points at the
asks-
seed.
I was thinking something else than trying to destroy it. Jimmy, you said it was connected to death, yes?
Yeah.
Well, let us see what happens if we perhaps introduce some life into it. And Alarn will try to lay on hands into the
Lauren,
seed.
but before you, can Prissa use Mage Hand to stop him real quick?
Sure. You see him reaching towards it, and Mage Hand like high fives in front of the hand.
Lauren, can I take a look at it real quick, maybe before we try to do anything that could be bad?
Right. I don't particularly understand what exactly this seed is. Is it?
It's
similar
the
to-
same kind of thing you found with the dwarves, except earth and death, not fire.
All right.
That's the simplest way I can put that.
I
Yes.
see.
But yeah, Prissa would like to try to
Mhm.
figure this seed out.
Yeah.
Using any sort of lore information she has.
Lore-wise, nothing.
Well, lore like magical. It's
Do you have a spell called Legend Lore?
fuck.
Alrighty.
Could I,
We got the ivory for it, but not the spell
Yeah.
slot.
In that case, can I try to identify this thing mundanely
already did
and
it.
then
Jimmy
that's-
already did that. Yeah.
could
Okay, so
could I
that's what's-
attempt
oh,
a
right. Never mind
grim psychometry on it?
You already did.
I didn't on this.
You did it on the location that encompasses all of this. What you have discerned from your grim symmetry is the same thing.
If
Okay.
we wait till tomorrow, I could cast Legend Lore, but I don't have the. Well, yeah, I don't have the required materials.
Dorzen would like to go up to, like, the pillar, I guess, because there's no way I'm being able to touch this thing.
Yeah, it's 20 feet up.
And Dorzen's gonna try to pray to his new god, because apparently this thing has a dominion in death. See if she can help in any way. Get out of here. I don't have channel divinity for that kind of power.
Oh, Prissa, you already have it on.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, sorry. You also used your arcane recovery. That's why some slots are back. I presume that you use it every day when you need to. So I
When I
just
have it
ticked
prepared,
off.
yes.
Exactly. So I just ticked it off. I was like, all right, yeah, you definitely did that. Because I was not letting Prissa just die when you're not here. Unless it's a TPK. But anyways, Dorzen, you walk up to this and place your hand on the massive pedestal. Give me a charisma saving throw.
Okay, then.
Yeah, you have the
Does
plus
it
4.
Is it affected by my Fey ancestry?
No. So 9.
5.
No, 9. You got a plus 4 from Alara.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck, the alarm.
Elarn was about to touch it as well to insert some life into the seed, you know.
So you're within range. As you touch it, nothing happens. Feels solid.
Well, guys, I think if this works similar to the seed that we found with the dwarves, that one reacted to fire. So I suppose this one would react in a similar manner with.
Let's
To
throw a
Darth.
rock at it.
Yes,
No,
I like this one.
I was about to say necrotic damage.
That one over there, Glade.
Yep. And he's already like charging over, grabbing a massive boulder. All right.
No.
I don't know if I
Put
feel
the
comfortable
boulder
with this.
Yeah, Elarn is gonna take a spring step out off of Dorsen's back and jump up to the seed and give it 5 points of lay on hands.
Is this thing like hanging there like a uvula, or is it
No,
just...
it is attached to the pedestal that is 20 feet up. On top of it, 20 feet to the ceiling attached to that as well.
Any reaction from life force getting
Roll a
into it?
perception check.
Natural 20 for 25.
So, it was very subtle, but that 5 points of healing you thrusted into it seemed to cause a little blacking swelling inside of it. A swell up.
Minion of nature and death, and you put healing into it.
Well, nature can... Life is a part of nature, and it's the same coin as death.
Blade's just tossing the boulder up and down, catching it, and go, I still think this is a good idea, Jimmy.
Here, let me get down. You'll like you can use both of your shoulders. It'll give
Oh
you
yeah,
more.
sure. He lifts you up and places you down. He's holding this boulder like it's nothing.
Please hold off on that.
Well, you got to
Senor.
poke it with your healy bits.
Yes, it was not in any bad faith. Yorick, could you perhaps see if its whispering has changed?
How so do you mean?
With the helmet of yours.
Oh, right, yeah.
Just
yeah,
been
sure.
on this whole time, I think.
Yeah.
It doesn't just stay on, does it? You have to activate it to gain the benefits of the spell, right?
Yeah, but it lasts for 1 hour when you activate it, I think.
So it's been over an hour of travel, but you can reactivate it if you want. Unless it's
Yeah, I'll
only
do-
1 hour. Does it have charges or what?
No, it doesn't have any charges. So.
Ah,
Pretty low level spell.
Yeah, but very useful. So yeah, I'll turn on my helmet again.
already. Bing! As soon as you touch your helmet, you hear the deafening nature of the whispers as they are all encompassing in this room. Sir Uric, I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Damn it! The one guy who can help us.
I'm going to use determination on this.
You do that after you roll if you feel you failed. So you don't waste it in case you roll really high on the first one.
Let me see. It's just I can just It says when you make an attack.
Oh, you have to declare beforehand.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. For some reason, I always thought it was a reroll. Fuck yeah. Actually,
I think,
no, that's
I think you're
shit.
thinking of Indomitable, Jiro.
Indomitable. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Not a fighter, not a paladin, is a cleric.
Yeah.
Natural 20 will do
Natural 20, 30 should do it.
it. 34, actually.
Yeah.
Advantage?
Does it matter, Jiro?
Yeah, for human
30.
determination, he gains advantage.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, you hear the deafening resignation with all of the whispers in this room, fully encompassing and echoing off the chamber, and you manage to fortify your mind and sift through it as you begin hearing very specific whispers. Leave me to rest. I do not want more. No more. Please, no more.
Any luck, Sir Yurik?
Just give me a second. Does it keep like repeating those phrases?
Yes.
Right.
However, Sir Yurik, you can't hear anything other than the deafening amounts of whispers right now, but you focused on that important aspect.
Yeah. So you see me just close my eyes as I stand there and just really focused.
Oh no, he's got the crazy. Wake up.
Dozen, I gotta.
Blade just picks up the boulder again.
Alon will go and just wave a hand in front of Sir Yurik's face.
His eyes are shut. He won't see it.
Mr. Glade, sir, maybe the boulder's not the best idea, because Sir Yurik has had bad experiences in the past with boulders.
But the little guy said it was a good one, and he's smart.
Can
He's
I attempt
also
to just
an idiot.
can I attempt to just grab the boulder with one hand and pick it up
From him?
from him?
Sure. Opposed athletics. You're trying to steal his lollipop.
After a little bit, I just sort of I take off the helmet, or if I can turn it off again, I suppose.
Yeah, you remove the helmet so you can focus again.
Yeah.
And it is a bit like disorienting. You are inside of a trap house, pretty much.
Oh.
So Yurik, are you okay?
I'm fine. I just the sound.
Conroth,
is-
you rip it from his hands. He's wait, what the? Goddamn wolf people!
The sound is deafening at this location.
Oh, you hear it too.
Hear what?
Oh, that fucking sound. It sucks. It's like really loud right now.
There is a change from what I was able to perceive earlier, and it seems to be semi-conscious somehow. It says it does not want to awaken and that it does not want anymore. It wants to rest.
Holy shit. Yeah, I've never heard it be like that before. He looks over at you, Alarn. Did your little healy hands do that?
I do not know.
Or was it your box? Looks at you, Jimmy.
It wasn't mine.
If it needs sleep, I do know the sleep spell.
With my headband, can I put what Yurik and Alarin did to put together that healing will kill this thing?
Roll a nature check. Or straight intelligence. Straight intelligence.
Thank you. Oddly enough, my nature is better.
Yeah, proficiency.
23.
Okay. You feel like the healing woke it up. At least partially. But it seems, based off of what Sir Yurik is saying, and that Glade is confirming... Oh, bless you. That it is in pain. Immense pain. And it doesn't want to be awake during that pain. It having a dominion in death, life is something that would rip it apart.
So Canaroth is gonna throw the rock.
It is in pain from what the Laren did.
Unless he's not strong enough, but he did take it away.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big fucking wolf guy. I think he's pretty strong.
Lauren, if I'm... Well, this is merely speculation, I suppose.
26.
You have... well, instead of healing it, I think something that might be more effective, if we want to do this, could be that plant growth thing you do.
Ooh, that's a thought.
Yes, perhaps. If it does have dominion in the earth, that... Yes.
Hey, Jero, would Canaroth think at all that like the blood that drips from his wraps might help, since blood dripping out is technically something dying sometimes? More towards the death
Give
side?
me a medicine check.
Secondary question while he's doing that. This seed thing, look like there's any like cuts or anything? Like, is it like a solid object, or is it like
kind of looks like a walnut seed, but sharpened and more shapely like a sunflower seed. So it does have grooves, but it doesn't have cuts.
So it kind of looks like that one seed from Rick and Morty.
Maybe. I'm not recalling. It's been like 2 years since I watched
like the first episode when he
It's
had
been way too long. I have... yeah. Okay.
19.
19. Despite how people treat it, blood is not actually something that is associated with necromancy, other than the fact that they use it as a funnel and a sacrifice to fuel their magic. Blood is the essence of life. It is not something that is the essence of death. The lack of blood gives you death. The lack of life gives you death.
Well, I do have one more cast in me. I can try to enrich the seeds, the power of the land, but that might do it more harm.
I don't necessarily mind
to get rid of it.
Yes, but I'm thinking
We
that
could always just leave it alone and leave.
We can't leave it alone.
Why not?
Yeah. Well, it gives people madness of greed and practically forces them down into itself.
I
There
mean,
were a
that sounds
lot
like
of-
their fucking problem.
A lot of dead bodies and a lot of bones in this place. I think this is
We're standing on a crap
killing
load
a
right
lot
now.
of people.
I mean,
Yes.
sure, but like... I mean, it only seems to affect people that are greedy fucks, right?
No,
No,
it hitting me.
I'm not greedy.
Yes.
Come on, be honest with yourself. Hardship.
So it only affects those who are weak-willed.
Hey,
Thanks, Yurik. So Yurik, that makes everyone who's been affected by it feel better.
Yeah.
you know,
I
that
say
sounds
it,
about
but
right.
I say it. You see, he's smirking when he does it. So it's
My will is indomitable.
right. Well, if we are to do this, I would suggest that we perhaps
Sleep on
have
it.
a full rest first.
Um,
Gain our strength and prepare some more relevant things, and we can attempt it tomorrow, I suppose. I don't know what the time of day is right now. So.
Oh, sure. I set up a little hut on the other side. If you want to come join me.
And I suppose during your weeks here, you have tried looking for another way out.
Yeah. I spent like the first week doing it.
Have you tried digging?
This is a, I would say, kind of controversial idea. How much water are we able to produce?
About 15 gallons a day.
Right. Well, I'm all right. Let's not beat around the bush. I'm thinking a giant enema.
There's no exit hole.
Well, if there is one,
well-
we'll find it.
Well, maybe it could be that it's blocked, because if what you said it's in a lot of pain, maybe that's why it's in pain.
Aye, it's constipated.
I believe the pain was from my healing.
Yes, I would assume that is.
I mean, maybe
Okay.
where the worm is to expand us to no longer be in pain. I don't know if you all have ever had worms. It's nasty.
I have not.
My friend Zampa had worms once. It was unpleasant to watch.
Of course, your friend. It's not embarrassing, little one. We all shit.
For now, our option seems to be either kill it with life or try to enrich it with the land or heal it with necrotic energies. If anyone could do that.
Well, if it's anything like
Thousand
the
can.
fire one, if we do the earth and the death stuff, it's just going to like make it better, which I guess in hindsight isn't the best idea. And I look over at the boulder.
Isn't?
Good point.
Yes. We don't want.
Doesn't
to
that
wake it, though.
technically heal it, which would in turn hurt it, which would in turn kill it, which in turn shrivel it up?
I'm gonna go lay down. And he starts walking to the back side of this large centralized pillar. And you notice back there is a hut constructed out of bones as logs.
Well, if we think about it this way too, if it's like a normal body, sometimes when people die, they expel all the you know,
Contents.
so if we kill
Shit.
it might expel us out.
At the same time, I think we are in more or less the same sort of dilemma as we were with the fire primordial. It should remain dormant, not being dead or being risen.
Yes, I suppose that is correct. But we do need to see if we can't find a way to at least suppress or completely stop these maddening whispers.
I don't think that might be possible.
I
Unless
can
we
cast
do.
silence on it.
That's not going to work for some. We don't hear it unless he turns that helmet on.
I hear it.
Yes.
We're already crazy.
Well,
I-
you don't need to hear it in order to be affected by it. That's the thing, and a sphere of silence might work.
Yes.
If only for a short time.
I mean, if we want to experiment with ways of trying to kill it or turn off maybe the sounds, I could come up with a few things, but I'm gonna need some rest.
Yes, we can rest up first. Alarm will just look around and use his last divine sense for the day.
Nothing is desecrated. Nothing is undead. None of it.
Okay. Yeah, it appears safe enough. Well,
I'm gonna
apart from-
follow Glade over to the
To the hut.
area.
Oh, hey. I kind of set up another bed over there. He points, and it is literally a pile of bones that has like 3 blankets thrown on top of it, just in case a guest came by. And he lays down on the other one that's much bigger.
That's pretty resourceful.
Hey, thank you. They're not using it anymore. Oh.
Well, another option if we want to get out of here, though it's more of a desperate one, is I can make a teleportation circle, but it would have to be, it would send us back to well, the closest one, which is Singorn.
We'd have to go up through the mountains again, deal with the stupid bird thing.
Let us leave that for the final option, yes?
Yeah, that's why I was saying it was probably a desperate option.
Before Dorson goes to bed, he's just gonna try to dig through these bones throughout the entire area, see if there's because I trust him, but I also know him, so he probably gave up searching a corner.
Roll a survival
Alarm will help you out.
with
Yay.
advantage.
Come on!
There's bones on bones on bones. You jump around from place to place, digging up, and it's not. There's a lot of bones.
But I never hit floor.
Nope.
Are there any bones?
A few. Depends on what kind you're looking for.
Honestly, I was actually going to ask the same thing before he did.
Damn.
I'm taking 5 minutes just to like arrange my stuff, but Jimmy's going to attempt to
Rest.
pass out.
You do have to listen to him humming the entire time. He seems to be humming some type of like sea shanty of sorts.
How big is the seed?
Is that a serious question, or are you asking to be funny?
It's partially serious. It is serious.
It is
actually,
20
yes.
feet tall. 20 feet
Oh.
off the ground on a pedestal.
Ah, okay.
10.5 feet wide.
Yeah, my
Alright,
phone would
trying to
drop by
catch
now,
up with-
probably.
You know what? I'm gonna try. Perhaps the effect is not magical. Alana's gonna try to dispel magic to get rid of the whispers.
Okay. Roll dispel magic for me. Wait, you have dispel magic as a paladin?
Yeah.
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 Just want to remind you that we tried it first when you guys were.
We tried
Yeah,
it on the person. He's trying it on the seed for some reason.
No, not the seed itself, but the effect coming off of the seed.
You still have to touch the seed in order to do that.
No, I
Not
don't have to
it.
touch
you have
any.
to you have to place the area.
It's
Target
AoE.
a location.
Or an effect, magical effect within range.
Nice.
Okay. So what are you choosing?
For lack of better term, the maddening whispers.
All right,
The
they are
greed
not
whispers.
magical. Spell slot used.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it talking.
Some creatures have a effect that causes people to go insane. It's not magic. It's just an effect.
Cthulhu.
Yeah, still worth a shot. That did nothing.
I suspected as much.
Can we defer from that a silence spell might not affect these whispers?
Ask one of the practitioners of Arcana. You have 2 people in your party that are very good at Arcana. Ask them. 3 people in your party that are very good at Arcana. I apologize.
Well, we know that deafening someone stops the effect on them. Perhaps silence will do the same.
Well, if the sound originates from it, then silence spell should do the trick theoretically. But if it's a telepathic sort of sound that's directly in our heads, then maybe not.
I mean,
Well, it is worth a shot.
How large
You-
is the seed actually?
I'm not answering the question again.
It's 20
I've
feet
said it
on a
5 times this session.
20-foot big and on a 20-foot pedestal.
Right.
Ooh. Prisa,
Yeah.
use your medallion on the seed.
That I don't know if that's a good idea, but I trust you. Can give me 10 minutes though. I want to make sure I do this right then, and I'll use a ritual to cast comprehend languages on myself.
Is that a
'Cause
concentration spell?
It is not.
Okay.
Could always just borrow my helmet.
I can end it, but at the same time, it's not concentration.
Yes, that's the concern I had for you, because that would have been very bad. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Is this magical?
No, none of this is magic. However, you do manage to fortify your mind as you hear the deafening, resounding whispers echoing through the chamber, fully consuming everything you can hear.
Oh, that's loud.
You cannot hear anything else right now.
Yeah, she instinctively she's kind of like covering her ears and stuff, but she can still hear it.
Yeah,
And
it doesn't stop.
She's going to fiddle with her medallion to try to read any surface thoughts about this thing.
Okay. Surface thoughts.
Well, read for surface thoughts first, and to see if there's anything there, and then she'll try to dive deeper.
Okay. The surface thoughts are just as deafening and resounding, with multiple different whispers in every direction, waning, whining, and cooing. It's hard to decipher anything other than the mass hysteria that is being whispered throughout it. Are you going to dive deeper?
Yeah. She is kind of like voicing what she's like experiencing or feeling from this thing, and yeah, then she's gonna try to dive deeper.
Okay. What is the DC on the amulet?
I believe the amulet's DC was 11 wisdom, but I'm gonna double check.
Since we need the helmet to understand it, it's not any languages we know, right?
Correct.
It's not even primordial?
No.
DC was 13.
13. It is successful. So you do not get to dive deeper, and the amulet's effect is expended for the day.
And then Prissa will end the comprehend languages on herself because those whispers are really loud.
Yes.
Sorry, I wasn't able to get deep in its thoughts, but it seems manic and paranoid. If I think there's a spell that sort of religious folks know. It's it helps calm people down. That might help.
Yes, I know the one you speak of. Could of course try tomorrow. But I'm not sure.
The fact of the matter is, we need rest.
Yes.
If you have a way to cure the madness, perhaps that would be a good way.
Prissa, doesn't the dome block sounds if you choose?
It doesn't. It blocks sounds from coming out if I choose. But I don't know if it blocks sounds coming in.
Very well then.
All right. So seems like we are set on trying to awaken this thing a little bit.
I don't know if that's what we were doing.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, fully awaken, but at least try to rouse it somehow.
I thought
bit.
what we were trying to do was to stop the whispers,
Yes.
to let it sleep.
Right, but I'm not sure if the being itself is, shall we say, willingly emitting those whispers.
Well, from what you said, it is in pain.
And it also said it didn't want any more. As if, well, the way I understood it is as if it didn't want any more, as in the same way we all wanted, or some of you wanted something when you got affected by it.
Possibly when it's in pain and it wants to be euthanized, that might be what it's trying to get at.
Wait, this thing is not from our realm, correct? Could we perhaps try to banish it?
If I remember the lore we read, the primordials are this realm.
Correct.
We are technically the visitors.
Technically, though very long ago.
Yeah.
They are the original inhabitants of this realm.
Won't do jack.
Well,
This is just a theory, but what if all those voices that you said is inside of it are all the things that have died?
Actually, quick question, Jero. Did all the voices sound the same, or did it sound like it was from different people or sources?
Roll me an insight check.
Can I do that as well?
You experienced it, so yes. $19 is considerably better. Sir Uric, they were all different. Every single voice was different.
Alright. Well, I think you're onto something there, Kenroth.
Then perhaps when it said no more, maybe it meant no more voices. Maybe that is the pain it is feeling.
Jero, do you watch Steven Universe?
No.
Because you just made the cluster.
No.
I have nothing more to help with. If you have a way to maybe help the seed in the morning, I believe we should try that.
Yes, I will also try to commune with the Everlight tomorrow. Hopefully we can get a clearer course of action.
Yes. There is not much else to do but rest at the moment, I believe.
Right.
Alrighty, so you all begin slumbering, trying to find comfortable places to lay down and maneuver and sleep properly.
Is it Sorry to interrupt. Is it possible for Priscilla to set up the tiny hut before sleeping, or is it not?
Absolutely.
Stable? Okay.
No, you can set it up. Just you're lying on bones. There is no stable ground in here.
I'm going to put something in my ears to block out.
What are you putting in
that
your
I don't hear.
ears?
Let's see what's in my pack. Well, I do have a signet ring, and
That's one ear.
yeah, I was thinking in order to effectively use a signet ring, you need like wax for it.
A wax seal.
Yeah.
I will
So
allow that
sealing
if you
wax.
have a priest pack, or a writer's kit, or cartographer's kit, or any of those things that involve
Yeah,
needing wax.
Well, I also have a healer's kit, but I could probably have some.
It probably has other things other than wax, but yeah.
I got some daggers.
Oh, you all have high con scores. Just shink. Yeah, we're good.
I used a wand of magic missiles to just no.
Pop
Jimmy
both
can
their
make you all
drums.
deaf. Puts the barrel right up to your ear. But anyways, as you're all trying to rest, trying to sleep, I need each of you to give me a con save.
We're in Alarn's aura, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, but Alarn has to be conscious to grant that aura.
So that's a good thing.
Your
Lauren,
Pathfinder's with you.
I'm going to use my session inspiration on this.
okay.
I'm using the one I saved because that's a nat 1.
Lauren, where are you? Did you roll yours?
Yeah, I got a 16.
I
That's
don't
better.
see it. I mean, I believe you. I just don't see it.
It's above Canrod's 1.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't see
no.
that one. I see the 20 you rolled.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see Prissa, and then it doesn't matter that much. You
Yeah.
were successful, which means everybody else does not gain your benefit. Prissa, you are successful. Jimmy, you have advantage because you are in a place set up to sleep. Dorzin, you are not successful. Honorath, you are not successful.
I used the inspiration I saved from last time.
Honorath, you are successful. So Dorzin, you are the only person who does not receive a long rest.
Dude, I don't gain exhaustion though, right?
No, you gain an exhaustion. You don't sleep. You're tirelessly rolling over, trying to get comfortable throughout the night, trying to position yourself in a better position, and you just spent the entire night tossing and turning. You could not sleep, but for a few moments.
I could probably also imagine like it was one of those situations where Prissa accidentally like snuggled up, but then so then he can't move because it'll wake her up or something. Like, you know, when you have a cat on you and you're like just in an uncomfortable position though.
This is the most disturbing ship to think about more in depth, but yes. Prissa is your elder, Dorzin, technically.
Yeah, but I'm Faye. That doesn't really mean much.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I mean, like he knew a fae that impregnated a tree.
I knew of. I probably know a lot crazier stuff that's happened.
Probably. Just say it might become canon. Who knows? But anyways, morning rolls around. Jimmy, you're woken up first. Yes?
I got
Actually, Jimmy, during the night, the same thing happens again.
same thing. Oh yeah.
Yes. For you to work on things if you so desire.
I go ahead.
All right.
Use
He does
that
ask, so how's everything going for you, Jimmy?
Pretty good. We're stuck inside what might be some old ancient primordial. And we found its seed, and there's a bunch of treasure and a lot of dead bodies. And there's this guy who is a betrayer god worshiper who we took care of. But then there's this cursed sword and all these voices, and everybody's like really hung up on trying to figure out whether we help the seed or destroy the seed or stop the seed. Or it's kind of weird.
What do you think you should do?
I think this place is hurting a lot of people. I think we should try to stop it somehow. I think I have an idea, but I don't know.
What is it? Maybe I can help you.
Well, I think maybe if we just get rid of the seed, everything might stop. Like, then all the voices will probably stop. Because it seems like they're coming from here. At least that's what it seemed like when Yurik had the helmet thing going.
If this is an ancient primordial, from the old world. Pre-calamity. I don't think it'll be easy for you to kill it. You have to remember, there are people all around Exandria who have tried to kill these things over centuries and failed.
Yeah, I don't think killing it is the answer, but trying to stop the voices is definitely worth a shot, because a lot of people are dying because of them.
Is it a physical voice?
No. Well, maybe?
Can people hear it?
I mean,
or is it speaking to their mind?
I couldn't hear anything, but, well, I did at first, but then it went away. And then Yurik had his helmet on, and he was hearing the voices, but nobody else was hearing it. Glade did too. Maybe, but I don't know. I don't hear it now.
Well, if it is a physical voice, there is something that can be done to quiet it for an extended period of time. You know how casting magic onto imbued objects repeatedly over a long period of time can cause the magic to become permanent, correct?
Yeah.
Well, if somebody did that enough onto an object and placed that object near it, it would be permanently kept in silence.
Infusing, like, the object.
Exactly. To permanate with that ability. But you would have to make sure that that would work in the first place. And it's something that would take a year at the soonest. Magic like that is difficult to produce in objects that can withstand it. I only own but a couple. However, if you can create something yourself, as I know you can, it may be quicker for you to do that.
Maybe.
Chris is with you, correct?
Yeah, she is.
Have her show you how that spell works. I believe she has it. Maybe.
She's got a lot of spells.
She does. And if she can do that, you might be able to create the object to infuse it into. And your understanding of magical infusions is, well, let's be honest, rivaled by none in Tal'Dorei.
I think I'm gonna need to use tonight to try to work on this a little. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm here to help you with whatever it is you desire, Jimmy. Since you keep helping me.
All right, I'll get started then.
Alrighty. Give me a Tinkerer's check. You have a total of 8 hours to come up with an idea.
27. I have 2 Flash of Geniuses left, and this is getting one of them, so...
Okay.
31.
31.
I assume in the background too, you just have this whole battle royale of everyone just kind of watching as like a TV kind of thing.
Hey guys! Ooh, Yurik's kicking ass. Ooh, everybody's killing him.
Everybody's dying.
Why are they letting Dorzen live? Just. But anyways, while you're in there watching your TV and going over this magical contraption, the thing about silence is it stops vibration. So you need an object that can either funnel the vibration into it so that the silence spell can focus everything into that object itself, or to nullify the ability for anything to vibrate within a range. So there's multiple different solutions to this. You can create something more gelatinous in nature, so the vibrations get held inside. You can create something more crystallized, so it cannot penetrate through the outside of it itself. But fusing that spell to an object like this, You have the blueprints of how to create it, though it is going to take you time to create it, possibly up to a week, and you need an actual facility to do this. You need something as in-depth as this facility in your mind to create it. However, it should be possible. And easily infused with such a spell. To the degree that if you can add a power source to it, the spell would be sustained based off of the power source's longevity.
What about a cancellation? What about like a canceling wave? Like doing the opposite.
A counteraction to the waves and the vibrations themselves
to
nullify it.
Like, doing an opposite oscillating wave.
It would be possible. In something like that, you would have to be like a stringed instrument that would just counteract the tone that it would set itself.
So what I'm trying to lean more towards here, Jero, is the solution you've given me seems definitely more stacked in magical nature. And this alternative would be more in science, but there would need to be obviously magical components that could generate such a thing to happen, you know, continuously for a prolonged period of time.
To tinker something to counteract it without the use of a spell would take a much longer time, though it would be feasible.
There need to be spells involved.
Without instilling silence as a spell into it, it would be feasible, it'd just take longer. The object I've introduced to you, or suggested that you could create, could easily have silence put into it in a way that it complements it and fuels it and infuses it into the area. The stringed component of it would make sense as well.
But we would need to get some sort of source for it.
A power source to sustain it. Now, you have one yourself, but that is yours. You know where you can go to get another one. You know of a couple places where you could go to get them, though you're not welcome at one of them. But the power source would be able to let the spell sustain for at least a couple of years.
I'm gonna need this a little more on the nose. Does my character know, or do I actually know?
Your character knows.
Okay.
Your character knows where you could go to get these things.
Okay.
So, you finish your blueprints on what it is you want to produce, and that'll be your choice which option you go with, but that's how you focus during your dream. Everybody wakes up. Jimmy, you're waking up a little earlier than everybody to the sound of Glade doing pull-ups inside of this little hut. 1, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. It just keeps going.
Very well done. Keep maintaining it.
Hey, how you doing, little guy?
I'm sure it takes a lot of work. I gotta get busy here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I just start etching everything out of my head, so I probably spend the next hour or so just getting all the details out.
Everybody else
to wake up.
Everybody else is awake. Doors in, you didn't get to sleep, unfortunately.
Are you okay? You've got some dark circles underneath your eyes.
The little fuzzball snatched onto me in the middle of the night.
Hey, Dorzen, you want to go for a morning run? He slaps you on the back.
Which back?
Your humanoid back. He knows. He's conscientious of you.
Well, sure. Maybe that'll help wake me up.
How about you, big guys? Oh, wait. Where'd the Goliath come from?
That was Wolfie.
Ah, sure. You guys want to do a morning run as well? And he's starting to, like, limber up and stretch. Ugh. Starts, like, jumping, slapping his knees to his hands.
Thing.
Yeah.
Not really.
And Kenroth would just get up and just crack his neck, and just a loud pop as his neck cracks.
Yeah. Oh, God, now I want to do that. Oh, Jesus.
I just did it.
Even just talking about it, I'm like, I need to do
I
it.
can never do that. I'm always scared I'll snap my own neck.
See, that's the thrill of it. But anyways.
Yeah.
The slight risk of death is what makes it worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just sometimes put extra force into it just to try, but nah.
All right, we'll stop those jokes now.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, he just starts like doing a morning jog through the entirety of this area, running in circles.
I probably lap him a couple times.
I don't remember.
Easily, yeah. At their pace, which is a brisk run or like a brisk jog, you know, almost running, you're doing a leisurely jog and lapping them.
Well, I mean, if everyone's doing it, Prissa will maybe attempt to try to get some fitness in, since, you know,
Morning
workout's good
cardio.
for the mind. Yeah, morning cardio.
Hey, fantastic. See, you gotta work those little legs. It's alright. Here, I'll slow down for you. He slows down so that you keep pace with him. Yeah,
He's
it's fine.
already out of breath.
Oh, don't worry, just keep pushing.
Slows down, I lap him even more.
Yeah. Don't worry, if you feel like you're about to pass out, it means you're doing it right.
While they're jogging, I'm just going to start casting Commune.
Okay. Hey, martial classes have to care about their personal fitness, you know?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Conrad, you're...
Jogging on a floor of bones didn't seem...
I mean, it's not the safest, but you gotta get it in when you can, man.
Yeah.
So yes, you cast Commune. Please roll that for me.
Starts to do hanging crutches from the ceiling, because I can do that.
Fucking show off, ain't he? Says to you, Prissa, as you're like about to pass out.
Like she's like not. She can't speak coherently at this point. She's just trying to breathe.
Are you reaching out to your deity, Yurik? It does give you the option to reach out to a divine proxy, if you wish. But it is your choice. I just want confirmation. You are reaching out to your deity?
Let me see. Should I maybe do a religion check before I start? Yeah. Yeah, I reach out to the Everlight.
So ask your question.
Alright. So the first one is, should we attempt to rouse this creature in any way? Or did you want all three at the same time?
No, what does it say? You ask all three questions before casting the spell. So, ask all three of them, type them in
All
chat
right.
so I don't fuck this up.
Yep.
And I'm also having to think how she would answer you.
Yep.
And of course, you can defer to your companions if you don't know of three questions yourself,
Yeah.
since you do that before casting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just before I start casting it, just, do you have any suggestions for a good question we should ask?
Well,
How the fuck to get out of here?
do we have it in our power at current moment to stop the maddening whispers?
Is there an exit beneath the bones?
Would his plant growth help it or hurt it? 'Cause I don't know, because that's
The first question to ask if Should we attempt to awaken or kill the primordial?
Ask her if she cares what happens to us.
I don't need to ask that question because I already know. All right.
Why did your token become Ka?
What? Who?
You, Jero.
Yeah, you became a python.
Yeah, I can do that.
I feel like I read that story somewhere before.
I can also turn into an awakened tree.
What?
I can also be Dorzen.
Holy shit. You could be any one of us.
I can.
Is it pretty dark in here, Jero?
Very dark. However, you have spellcasters that can keep it bright enough to see.
Yeah, I'll just do that. Keep it going.
Sure.
What's Jimmy doing right now?
Going over some papers. Seems to be like frantically looking at the rest of the group, seeing that people are focusing on other stuff. He's just kind of grabbing some materials together. Nice.
Elaron is just playing his ocarina because he has nothing else he can contribute with at the moment.
So I hate the fact that you have an ocarina, because every time you play it, I just go, "Hey, ocarina, hi," and I know it's wrong.
Does he soothe the savage primordial?
That's what one of the voices in the thing said.
You know what? That's a fair point. Does it help the primordial?
Does anybody want to open their mind to it?
Please, let's do it again.
So I ask my questions and start casting.
Okay. Should we attempt to awaken this primordial or kill it? Is there a way currently available to us that will permanently silence the whispers? Will we find a way out by going deeper into the tunnels? So, as you pour out a vial of holy water and fill it into this light little bowl created out of silver that you have as a focus for these occasions, you hear and see a glow pulsating off from the bowl, and each of you feel the light emanating from it as she is answering to you, Yurik. If you awaken the primordial, the devastation it will cause in these lands would be irreversible. Its steps would crumble the trees. Its wings would topple empires. And its hatred would spread throughout the world. You do not possess what is necessary to kill it. None of you do. In your midst, one of you possesses the ability to keep silence in this area. That would help the primordial to rest, though it is something that would be tiresome to create. The way out through these tunnels is unseen by any of you, but it is there. And then the glow drops down.
in contemplation for a little bit, just basking in the presence of the divine, basically. Before I stand up and basically just relay the answers that I received to everyone.
Well, shit.
Well, if she said create, it's likely Jimmy then.
We might have a few options. I'm going to just very briefly go over everything that me and Mitch discussed in the dream, give the details of the potential plans that I think might be available.
What if there's then something up in all the treasure above that could help?
You also all just heard Jimmy say that he's talking to Mitch in his dreams.
I don't know who that is.
Sorry, what?
Nope.
Wait.
I think we already knew this at some point.
Yeah.
It's just not. It was just, you know.
Oh, everybody just ignores it. Cool. Go on.
Yeah. So it is Mitch you have been talking to then.
Yeah.
Let's deal with that after we're out of here, Lauren. But I did prepare silence, so if we could test out to see if it would work on that seed.
I also have that prepared now.
I remember now. I told you all this about Mitch, and I told you very proudly that Mitch told me to keep a secret, and that I was doing so.
All right, and then you. Yeah. Well, that's obviously wasn't the secret then, because you proudly told us.
No, he proudly told us that he was keeping a secret that he wasn't going to tell us.
Exactly.
Exactly. So that must not have been the secret since he told us.
Yeah. Mitch is just trying to
Well,
help
we just
us, guys.
caused dm.exe to crash.
But why don't we test it out? I'll cast silence on the seed, and then if you activate your helmet, we'll see if you can still hear it.
Indeed.
Sure.
And then we should try and find this way out. Since if it's unseen by us,
Bones them.
we just have to look.
Bones.
Well, yes. It's unseen could mean several things, I suppose.
Could be
You're really
very-
quiet, Sir Yurik.
I was just speaking a bit softly.
Gotcha.
By the way, I realized now, looking at it, silence can be ritual cast. May I ritual cast it instead of using a spell slot?
Yeah.
It can be ritual cast?
Yeah.
Yep.
I looked at it, I was like, huh.
Yeah.
More you know.
Silence is not a combat spell necessarily.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So, you take the time and ritually cast it, and Sir Yurik, you activate your helmet around the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. You
I'm
cast
going to cast-
silence.
I'm
Yes.
going to cast guidance on myself before activating it, though.
Fair enough.
And the point where I cast the silence is since it's a 20-foot radius, basically the seed is the center. So, yeah. The silence bubble encompasses the seed.
Okay. Sir Yurik. You look up. You hear Jimmy's rambling as he's working. You hear Glade over in the corner counting obsessively, but you don't hear any of the whispers.
Right.
Knowing the experience, though, Prissa's gonna go up to Sir Yurik and yell at him, "Did it work, Sir Yurik?"
Yes, it's working, Prissa. Very good.
Well, then perhaps one of us should stay and keep that up while we try and find a way out. Then, yes.
Well, you said there was an exit hidden from our sight.
Yes.
It's I can keep ritual casting it. It takes 10 minutes and it lasts 10 minutes, so I'd have to keep this up all day. But yeah.
It would probably help us find a way out.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Shoot.
by allowing us to focus on the task at hand.
Yeah, I agree.
The problem is that's not going to last long enough. I mean, it could, but it'd take a ridiculous amount of power from a source that I don't think we even have. The closest thing I can think of.
Jimmy? What about whatever's powering Ouch? Can we get a new one at a
The residual batteries in Ouch, they don't last. I have to like tie it to the weave and charge them each time. If I'm not there, if I'm not able to make the connection, it can't recharge.
Well, what if we think of a way to make something that is infused with silence, and we have it automatically tied to the weave to continuously power itself?
Well, what if there might be something above in the treasure hoard that you could use?
I mean,
I can get up there easily and take someone with me, and we can look for something.
There were magical items up there, but it would have to be incredibly powerful, and the only thing I can even think of would... I mean, we're not gonna leave a vestige here.
But what about that cursed sword that Canroth found? Is it possible maybe to...
We couldn't move it. He tried.
Well, we
Could
can't
we
move the
move the
sword,
body?
but we can move the body.
You could not.
Couldn't move the body either?
The body melded to the floor slightly.
And turned to stone, or whatever the stone-like thing is.
With all the magic that was up in the treasure room, there's got to be something else up there that is equally as strong.
I also did prepare detect magic, but the moment I use that, the silence spell ends. So,
Sir Yurik said he had that spell as well.
Real quick, I have a side idea. We can go back to maybe finding this power source. Could we try this though? Sir Yurik, can you get your helmet ready?
Yes.
I'm going to take out, let's see what I have. I just need an item, any item. Let's go with, I take out an hourglass. That'll work. And I'm going to cast on it Jimmy's command, Magic Mouth.
Okay.
And everybody, you probably want to close your ears for a moment. And when I cast this, I'm going to give the most high-pitched screech that I can, like a dog with its legs being chopped off.
Give her charisma check.
Prissa doesn't need a cover here. She just steps into the silence bubble she made.
There you go.
So you step 20 feet up into the air to get in the silence bubble?
In order for this to work,
it's a 20-foot radius.
Yes,
so...
there's a 20-foot platform.
Oh,
then
right.
the seed is above that, which is 20 feet tall to the ceiling.
I see the error of my ways.
I am going to ritual cast this. I'm also going to use my session inspiration as well. So.
You have jade dust?
You said, dude, I have all my components, yes.
You guys buy magic items, he makes them.
Yeah.
One thing too,
what type of roll did you say, Jero? Just charisma? Straight charisma?
Straight charisma, yes.
Okay.
Jimmy, while you're doing the ritual casting, Prisso is going to ask you, Jimmy, should when you do whatever you're doing, should I end the silence spell or?
No, it's fine. You should probably cover your ears. And then I scream. I'm not going to blow out anybody's eardrums, so let's just.
Yeah.
A 20.
Okay. A deafeningly loud, high-pitched scream that almost starts cracking some glass somewhere in this place emanates from Jimmy. That all of the men in the party immediately just put their hands over their groins in pain as they hear. But then, Jimmy,
I hold it for as long as I can, trying to fill up.
Which is a good 18
18
seconds of screaming.
And then I'm going to put this bitch on repeat. And I'm going to set a trigger for it's got to be something with continuous motion or sound or touch or there's nothing in the room that's pulsing or moving or everything's static, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Shit. We're just going to put this on my command word because the first thing I have to test it. So my command word is oopsie. So
That's what you want to
I
hear,
tell
huh, Professor
Yorick
Sai?
to I like nod to him. Give the helmet a shot now. You might want to cover your ears though. Oopsie. And
Yeah, I turn on the helmet.
Okay. You
And cover
hear
my
the
ears.
deafening scream from this box. However, the silent spell is still up, so you hear nothing from up. Actually, it lasts 10 minutes. It would be over by now.
yeah, my cast is
You still hear the scream, the whispers emanating as well, but the scream is louder.
Yes, I hear it.
You're kind of having like sensory overload at this point, Sir Yurik.
Yeah. I'm just going to turn it off quickly after that.
Did it work?
Well, I could hear the sound or the whispers barely over the top of your impressive scream.
Did you feel compulsed to take anything, to find anything?
Well, no, I didn't, but then again, I never have here, so.
Why does it always feel like you're just kind of rubbing that in some of our noses whenever you say that?
Oh, stop being so easily offended, Bristle. Lighten up a bit. I'm just joking with you.
So the two ideas then are, if we could find a power source, we could try to maybe do a perpetual silence circle area with Prissa's spell, or we could try to find a trigger for this that would just be able to maybe drown out what's happening and leave it here.
I mean, I got 2 magical swords. Would those count as a battery?
I still do believe that the best chance in here is to go back up to the treasure area. I can easily take you, Jimmy, and maybe someone else up through.
I mean, there might be something up there. I wasn't really looking too much when Alarin told us not to, so I kind of maybe.
Also, Jimmy, as a just note, the source of magic that would be necessary to fuel something like this is something along the levels of a permanent resonator, which you know that there is one in Whitestone.
Yeah.
Things like that have to be physically constructed. They are not just magical items that people can willy-nilly go, I sacrifice this. No, it is a constructed source of magic that draws power into it and filters it into something else. It is a literal magical battery. There's one there, and there's one across the ocean.
Gerald,
Yeah, and that's why I was thinking the only thing on the level of an item that would even work would probably be a vestige, and that
A vestige would house enough magic to permanently do that, but a vestige would have to be reconstructed as a source of power compared to what it currently is, which is a powerful item.
yeah, and I'm not at that level. Nope.
Hey, Gerald, can Prissa try to translate that scroll she found earlier? Because maybe maybe it might be something that could help.
Okay. The scroll that you have is a gate scroll.
Oh my.
Yes. However, it's already predetermined what creature it opens up to.
And does it say what creature that is?
It does not. It just gives this realm's equivalency of address. coordinates.
I'm scared now.
Prissa shares that and also comments, I don't know what this goes to, but maybe they could help. She says, like, very, not, like, unsure that it would actually help.
Could I attempt to figure out what those coordinates are?
Do you understand the teleport spell?
I don't know.
No. This is high-level magic.
I mean, I could always attempt grim psychometry to see who they try to.
If it was something that was sinister or evil, you could try.
Yeah, it might be a sinister gaze scroll.
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna.
Not in the dark. Is it a Fey address?
Yes, Jimmy. What were you asking?
I'm going to estimate how long it would take me to construct such a device to power this. I know
To
we kind of
construct it, a couple of hours. Really not that difficult since you spent 8 hours doing the in-depth blueprints and remembered them long enough, and the previous hour writing it all down. You would need the battery source and a spellcaster to be able to cast the spell into the object to be able to permeate it permanently.
And they would just need to cast it one time?
Potentially. They might have to cast it a few times. It depends on their spellcasting ability. If they're powerful enough, once would do. If they're not powerful enough, they would have to do it multiple times to try to get there.
Why don't you take Prissa with you? Because I need to start working on the device. I'm sure she can find something. She's good at finding magic things.
Uh-huh.
All right then.
And maybe take Sir Yurik with you too, because he can keep you guys safe if the whispering stuff gets bad.
That might be wise.
I can make myself go deaf for a while.
We might want to wait until after the acid.
Alarin, I'm gonna need to find a few things. This housing, like, I have some of the tools, but can I see what you have in your bags? Dorzan, can I see what treasure you have too? I need to.
I will leave the 75 pounds of the treasure that I grabbed from Dorzan here, and slippers on and ready whenever they are.
Yes, I do not have much other than what Dorzan found, but I was wondering, perhaps the other primordial seed we found, we powered that up pretty well, thanks to Sir Yorick. Perhaps that could work as a power source as well.
I have one of those ingots.
Yes, do I.
I do too. But I intended it as a birthday gift for my friend.
Agma?
Yep.
I mean, that might work. We're talking about I'm looking at my pack. I have a primordial shell of fire.
A primordial fire shell ingot, yeah.
Oh yeah, it does say ingot.
Yeah.
Okay, it got cut off.
It would be something you could use to craft what you need.
Yeah,
but it is not in itself a source of power. You would need, like, the fire from it as a source of power, which might be feasible, but you'd have to funnel it from there to here.
Would a magical item suffice?
Well, yeah. Presumably, we wouldn't want to give up anything that we have if we're, using it.
Well, I would not mind giving up my weapon if it is to protect these lands from further corruption.
Jimmy, no. It does not work.
Yeah.
It's what you are asking is, can I power my cell phone by putting it onto a car? No, you power your cell phone by adding power to the bottom of it and charging it.
Yeah.
You need something specifically constructed to filter power in, not cell phone to cell phone, now charge.
I mean,
It
some
doesn't-
cell phones do that now.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's a thing.
some of them that are specifically constructed to do that do. And if you had an object that was meant to be a power source, sure.
We might
Like
find one upstairs.
Pyramol.
We might find one upstairs. Who knows? There's a whole lot of stuff up there.
There is a whole lot of stuff up there.
Why don't you guys go look and just see what you can find? I'm gonna start building this thing.
Quick question: who is the bag of holding? Out of character.
Jimmy.
Jimmy, can we borrow the bag of holding in case we need to carry a bunch of stuff here that could be used? Or
Yeah, it's really full. We might actually want to empty it here.
I mean, this would be a good place to do it. It's safe.
safer?
At least it's not an acid.
I'll reach in and bring out the more volatile components of the bag and then dump the rest out.
Okay. Careful. Dump. So, you have an empty bag of holding with you, Prissa?
I guess we're gonna go snag a bunch of loot.
All right. Are there any preparations you're all taking before diving into that acid, which you all know hurts a lot?
Oh yeah,
So
I'm gonna
we-
have give everyone like a vial or some of the powder to like 2 doses each, one to go up and then one to come back down.
Okay.
If
So
he
You're
doesn't-
going to have to take some from Jimmy, because you're
yeah, I was
pretty
gonna
much-
say I'll
You're getting
contribute.
low.
I'll also ask for 2 extra doses in case we decide to bring our
Well, you're
beheader
bringing my
friends.
nephew with you back.
Yeah.
If he's still alive, I mean, he's my fucking nephew. You're bringing him back, right?
So 2
Yes,
extra
of
doses.
course.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm coming with you.
I can't carry you.
Yeah, you can. The Tin Can Man can stay behind. I'll come with you.
I can bring him back down.
You guys, if you want him to go with you, it's...
I mean, I want to make sure my nephew gets back safe.
He will be back safe.
Quick
Alright.
question,
And if you
Jiro.
can't
How
take him back, kill him. You know, I don't want him to suffer.
Understood.
quick question, Jiro. For how, since I wasn't here when they went through the acid originally, how far is it to the acid and out of it?
You know that fun park that has that big slide?
Which one?
The
And you
biggest.
pick one.
Okay,
Pick
yeah.
one
So
that, if you were a kid, is the biggest wormhole in the world.
And you have to
Okay.
walk up there. And then it's 20 feet of acid that Conoroth can swim through no problem. Into water, which amplifies the acid astronomically. And then once you surface, then you can use an action to clean yourself up. So it's going to be 1 round of damage and 2 rounds of severe damage.
Canaroth, before you guys go, I can help you guys at least with the acid a little bit too. I'm going to ritual cast my no step boots on everybody going up. So that's
Okay.
just going to basically project you guys straight up through.
No step boots. Is that levitate or what?
That is water walking.
Oh, okay.
Gotta be fast.
Yeah, you can surface really fast.
Might be able to shoot straight up so I can just hit the next
Oh.
tunnel above us.
Well, it'll be 1 round of damage and then only 1 round of severe damage.
Had I known we were going up there, I would have prepared protection from energy.
That's fine.
All right. He holds onto your neck. Let's go.
I thought he was staying down here.
I thought the Tin
I thought he
Can
said he-
was staying down here.
I thought he literally just said that he was fine staying down here if I was able to bring his nephew back, and if not, kill him then.
Fine. Tin Can, go ahead.
All right.
What was it? So Alarm could manage to climb up there.
You cannot climb up there with your claws. There's nothing to even latch into. He has
He's got
boots of spider
spider
climbing.
boots.
So yeah,
Magic.
Chris and Yurik, and we'll start heading up there
Already.
using movement to go, action to dash, and once we hit the surface, then I'll use, instead of moving, action to cover myself, and then we'll keep going up and up until we hit the treasure.
You have to apply it after it's on you. It
Right,
does
after
nothing when it's on you. Yeah.
After it's on and we've gone through the acid, I mean.
So let's go through the damage first. Yes.
Let me before we do that, Prissa, just
Yeah.
in order to spare you from that damage, would you be able to go into the bag of holding and just hold your breath?
No!
I mean, I could.
There's no air in the bag of holding.
There's 10 minutes of air in there.
Yep.
There's 10 minutes.
Well, I guess it's maybe even both of you. Or...
I have quick question, Jero.
Yeah.
If I'm holding my breath, can I maintain concentration?
Yeah.
Based on
Okay.
your talents,
I have
save.
I have an idea that might be crazy enough to work. Well, first I should ask: does anyone else want to go up with us? Because this could help, maybe. Or not.
Doesn't look like it.
Alright, so quick question. So Kanroth is carrying Sir Yurik then, right?
I'm carrying
And
both
you.
of you.
Alright, and if I'm going in the bag of holding, I'm going to use my flash recall real quick to take away one of my spells, and then no haste. And then once we start getting to the acid, before Prissa hops into the bag of holding where she holds her breath, she's going to cast haste on Kanroth.
Ooh.
Okay.
Would I also fit in the bag of holding?
No.
Can hold 500
Way too
pounds.
big.
You're too big to fit into it. That's the problem.
Yep.
Chris is little.
Actually, I just remember. I realized I already had done that for prepared it from the long rest. So no
Okay.
need to flash recall. Sweet.
So you guys are going to be moving at an incredible speed. However,
Yeah.
let's go through damage. You get initial touch by the acid, fully engrossing on your bodies. That'll be 17 points of acid damage to Sir Yurik and Konaroth. Sir Yurik, you are not concentrating on any spells, right?
No.
Okay. You surface really quickly, and Konaroth, you start applying to yourself, and Sir Yurik as well. However, another round of severe acid damage. Uh, 39 points of acid damage.
Ooh.
As you take the time to quickly scrub all over your body, getting it off you as quickly as possible.
Right. That's 56
39.
total.
Oof.
I mean, while he's
water
hasted with that,
amplifies it. Water touches and reacts. You don't move fast enough to not allow water to touch you when you move into a pool of water.
I mean,
Just now you're fucking fast. So, give me an athletics check, Konaroth, and give me a con save.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you are running, jumping, and pole vaulting, moving as quickly as you possibly can with your haste, action move, dash, just...
Yeah, I'm going 220 feet per round.
Yes. After the minute is complete, you're all the way back up most of the intestines. And then you drop and stun for a round.
We'll pull Prissa out of the bag
Sir
at this
Yurik,
point.
your hair is completely slicked backwards right now. It's like stunted in movement.
Ugh.
But you managed to not vomit or let go, which would have hurt.
Mm-hmm.
We'll pull Prissa out of the bag so she can be with the group again.
Okay, Prissa, you come back out. You know, it was really dark in there. There was plenty of air in there as well.
Did it
It has
work?
10 minutes worth of oxygen.
It did. And Katarot is looking pretty beaten from the acid.
Same here. And I start casting Prayer of Healing.
Okay. So
Is this where like some of the magic items and stuff were too?
some of, not the bulk of it, but some.
In that case, while Soyok is doing the prayer of healing, Prissa will begin her search first by casting detect magic.
Okay. Yes, there was magic nearby. Roll an
But
investigation, Prissa.
Okay.
I'll help.
Sure, with advantage. $18. You find a lot of objects, but nothing that seems to be what it is that you are looking for.
But they're magical, right?
Sure.
Bag of holding.
Sure. So you all have to keep climbing upwards and grabbing, oh hey, look, another sword. Oh hey, look, another sword. Ooh, boots. And just keep tossing things into the bag as you are keeping up your detect magic. You guys are going to spend a very long time investigating.
The main part we're going to investigate is the main chamber with the nephew in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just doing this quick investigation while they were around and while they're healing.
Okay, no problem. You get a handful of items at that time, and you just throw them into the bag, and no problem.
I mean, if Jimmy said he was going to take a few hours to build the thing, we might as well take some time to search it thoroughly.
Agreed, but the main chamber, not the tract.
You have to go in through the main chamber to get to the nephew.
Prissa,
Yes.
perception check, please. Or sorry, that was the wrong skill check. Arcana. Trying to make sure you don't make a mistake. All right. You were cautious. You were conscientious of not adding anything that might be associated with a extra dimensional space into the bag.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you say you were just loot filtering. That could have an issue.
That could have been fun, just
Yeah,
the three
no,
of you lost in the astral sea.
Well, hey, that's split the party, have a new adventure. And a good energy source might be one of those things called a astral dreadnought.
But anyways, we're gonna jump over to the other three. Actually, we're gonna go take a break.
Back home.
Let's take a break. I banish myself. No.
Yeah, actually, banishing yourself from the astral sea, that would actually work.
Yeah.
Actually, that would.
Fuck this place.
Yeah, and couldn't you
where would
actually
you end up
technically
on the-
banish?
on the-
Yeah,
where would
couldn't
you
you
end up?
technically banish yourself wherever you want to on that plane then, or no?
Nope,
No,
not when you're at a
return to your
foreign
home
location. You have to return to your home plane. But anyways, we're gonna take a break, everybody. We'll be right back.
Oh, but yeah,
All right, everybody, we are back. Let me mute Sir Uric. Okay, there we go. We are back. Hello. Welcome. Hope you're all having a good time out there. Anyways, downstairs. Jimmy, we'll start with you. What is it that you are doing?
I was beginning to the casing for the residuum battery device that was going to be necessary to power this perpetual silence spell.
All right. Roll your Tinker's check. You do have doors in there who can't help you tinker, but
Nope, nobody can help me tinker, but I do have my genius if I need it. What am I rolling? All right, yep, I'm flashing some genius. That's
So
gonna be
18.
an 18.
The housing device for the battery is not going to be terribly well fortified, unfortunately, but it will house it. It'll sit in there, and as long as it is undisturbed, it should be sustained just fine. All right, that's going to be an hour.
I just realized I rolled a 14, which was actually a 2. Had I just rolled one less, I would have been able to reroll.
Damn twos. Damn twos.
I hate 2s. 2s are my bane.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess you must say Tuesdays then.
Yeah.
They're the worst.
But
Alrighty, so you've been doing that for an hour while Dorzen's been helping you shape and mold, and Glade, who's been authentically interested in what you're doing, is helping you as well, and just having an offhanded conversation with you and Alarn.
Alarn.
Yeah.
Alarn is looking around for the entire hour.
Of course, but
the
he's
exit.
yelling and talking to you still.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to do, so why not?
Fair point.
So, how did you meet all these weird people, Dorzen? I mean, in all honesty, this group of people is like the start of a joke. A gnome, a halfling, a catman, and a wolfman walk into a bar. You know? A priest shows up too. Like...
Well, I had just broken out of the drow people who had kept me prison.
Wait, they were drow?
Yeah.
I didn't check what they were, I just killed them.
Yeah. Blue skin, don't like the sun. Crazy.
I suppose.
So I found the gnome with a couple other people.
He's kind of scary.
When she tries to... Wait, okay. She does it by accident, honestly. When she tries, she cannot be scary. Then we almost killed one of the big drow. They knocked us all out. We almost got imprisoned again. The Dragonborn blew us up.
Wait, who's the Dragonborn? Looks around.
They're not here anymore.
Ah, okay.
We found the person he calls Mitch.
The guy that's helping us.
Yeah, because he wants to. It's think of him as a partner pirate captain. So only when he wants to.
All right, respectable.
And then they used magic to get out. That was the first time I'd seen daylight in a frozen tundra in like 10 years or something.
Tundra?
It was
Fuck's a
really
tundra?
cold when we got out there.
I don't like that. Sounds nasty.
Yep. And long story short, a couple people died. More people helped me and the gnome burn down the Myriad operation on the continent. And her and I are left of what's left of that group.
And everyone else is just coincidence, I guess?
You're the metal tin can.
Oh, I know his name. I just want to make fun of him wearing all that heavy-ass armor.
Yeah.
Stupid.
He helped with the Myriad. The Catman showed up at the end.
Hey.
The gnome showed Jimmy, I point to Jimmy, showed up after that. And the Wolfman just showed up like 2 days ago.
Dorzen, you can keep talking, just hold this very still. Here you go, Glade. I need you to hit that thing as hard as you can.
Okay.
I got the freaking hammer with the fire.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. He holds out his hand.
I'm not giving it to you. He likes me more.
Alright, fine. You hit it and I'll hold it still. He holds it
That's
still.
what I was saying.
Whack. Alright, it's shaping. And it does spark with flames off it. He goes, oh wow, you're really powerful. Looks at Jimmy.
I mean, I can do it. It just takes a lot longer. I have to like chisel it out. You guys can do it much quicker.
Wow. This what do you call this type of magic? I've never experienced.
Don't hit it near the edge, Dorzen. You gotta center it. Like,
yeah, Dorzen.
Go.
It's Jimmy by mistake.
I'm just gonna blame all of my failures on Alarn, Dorzen, and Glade.
That's fair. Well, Alarn's not even interacting with it. If he was,
Yeah. If he was, you could blame him, but he's not. He's trying to look for a way out.
Okay. So
We have the cat digging through bones while the dog is upstairs.
Yeah.
Hey,
so
change beard likes change.
Kitty Man, I haven't seen one of your people in this area in a very long time.
Yes, I come from quite far away. I've been traveling for most of my life.
I mean, that's pretty typical for your kind, right?
Yes, I suppose. Though
Excuse me. Sorry.
I think I am somewhat of a special case, even among my folk.
Fascinating. You know, I spent a long time over in the Patchwood Timberlands after, our boat fell apart, and I found a civilized little group of what do they call you? Tabaxis?
Tabaxi.
Okay. Well, I found a group of them, and they were really, really welcoming to me. Ended up, I think they considered it marriage. I don't know.
Wait,
I thought
what?
we were just having a good time. I
You
mean,
got
they
married?
They claim. I don't.
Dorson just gives the biggest heart-chested laugh. You've never heard him laugh in his entire time knowing him.
Hey, boy, don't get ahead of yourself on this. I show up, I'm a big, strong man. They're used to their skinny little prissy kitties, and,
Well, skinny, that is fair, but we are quite tall.
I want you to flex. Just let me see.
Even pose, bro.
Just let me see it.
Well, I just said you were right in us being skinny, but...
Well, that's what I mean by little.
Yeah,
I mean, a twig is considered big by comparison to a blade of grass.
I suppose.
Did he freeze for anyone else?
No, you're frozen.
You're frozen.
Yeah. That's all you, god damn it. Now you're
Oh, that
Yeah.
was me. Oh.
Alright. So, Alarin, give me a survival check, please.
Yeah. I'll just use the session inspiration. 19.
Okay. You're navigating through during this hour, and unfortunately, you're not able to find the exit. Second hour. Jimmy, what are you doing? It took you 1 hour to construct the housing device. So what are you going to build after that?
Next thing would probably be the way of connecting the battery to the device itself. So we're talking the coils, wires, whatever means of, transporting the energy.
Give me a Tinker's check using dexterity.
Okay. That's my default. Well, actually, it's the same. Dex and int are both identical. So, yep. 23.
Are you going to spark?
I am going to flash. Yep. 2 out of 4 depleted.
Okay. That brings it up to a 27.
27.
Cool. The inner working plumbing is going to be a bit unique. You need to filter the energy from it in a way that it takes longer for the energy to get there so that the device doesn't get over flooded with it. So you have to actually wrap it around a few times where it's going to be so that it can funnel through at an appropriate rate. And
so I need a magical resistor.
Yes. So it touches it and filters the remaining through yet again. So it's only taking what it needs each time. However, you do construct that very well. And that'll be your second hour. While you're having the other ones just bend these metals and coils for you, Glade can do it with his bare hand. Dorzin, you're kind of struggling and having to whack it and move it and stuff. But you're getting there. A few of the other mates survived. About 4 of us in total. The other 3 have scattered already. That I know of. I mean, other than fucking Hendrickson. Are you planning on hunting him down?
Yes. I've already made
Well,
arrangements for that.
you know what? Let me know what I can do to help. I'd be more than happy. The fucker killed all of them. No.
Did you retrieve the captain?
He's dead.
I was afraid of that. But did you get his body back from them?
Lost at sea.
He would have liked that. Buried at sea.
Yeah, whatever you need help with hunting Hendrickson down. I'd like to see his head on a spike. Personally.
Well, if I find him first, he's going to be ashes, and I just...
When the fuck did you learn magic?
Oh, that was the hammer, but
You got a magic hammer? He looks at his axe. I mean, my axe is magical too, but not like that.
This is a very special hammer.
This is a very special axe.
And this is a very special sword.
He looks and realizes he has the smallest one of the 3. Yours double-sided blade, it's longer. It's...
Giant war mace.
Yeah. Alright. Won't have to make me feel bad about it. Just shinks into the skulls that shatter and scatter everywhere.
Well, you should not have started it then.
I mean, that's fucking cool. It lights on fire. Does your lights on fire?
No, it gives fiery sparks, but not in the same amount that his hammer does.
Interesting. Alrighty. Lauren, make your other survival check.
Yep.
Guidance.
You're working with Jimmy.
Can I just slap him when he goes?
This is over an hour that it's happening,
Okay.
so yeah, you would have to be actively doing it. 17.
Spell, it lasts a minute.
You keep checking a different area, okay, but it's an hour. Like, that's 60 of those. But you're not having very much luck finding it. Third hour. Jimmy, you've created the coils, you've created the housing device for the power source. What are you making next?
I mean, other than I have to infuse it, we need an actual battery source, which hopefully they find one. Other than that, I think the only additional parts I can think of, maybe for safety purposes, so like it doesn't break if it's knocked over or something, because we're leaving it here. It's going to be here for a while. So maybe just creating more of a more structure to the case, make it a little durable.
Okay. Roll a tinkerer's check again. This time using wisdom.
All right, this is going to be, I'm just going to hard roll it because I don't have that synced up. So it'll be a +9. Oh, wait, no, wisdom. -2. So that's going to be
+10.
-6. So +6.
Why +6? Your normal tinkerer's is 12.
Can I
Oh,
guide
because you have a
him?
-2. Yeah, you can guide him on this.
All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
add a d4.
All right.
Compared to +5, so I got you. Okay. Or +4.
20. Roll 1d4. So that's going to be a 16 + 6, a 22.
Not bad. You reinforce it fairly well, leaving the outside exterior kind of encompassed inside of a large cocoon-like area that kind of cradles it and positions very well. You even map out a place closer towards the pillar itself where you can like anchor it down, no problem.
It's wisdom. I'm not used to safety. You know?
Yeah, exactly. That's why it was the worst stat for you.
What are OSHA laws?
Oh God.
But anyways, while that is happening for the 3rd hour, yeah, you know, it's been what, 4 years or so, 5 years.
Feels like forever.
Yeah. Huh. You know, I wasn't expecting to see you down here.
I wasn't expecting to find a pirate inland in the middle of a jungle, in the middle of a temple that's actually a stomach.
Well, they told me there's untold riches here.
Yeah, that's the trap.
It worked.
It is
Clearly.
the truth.
You know, hey, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't kill all of you the moment you showed up.
Yeah,
And I can't say the same for the other people.
It would
I
have really
mean,
sucked to have had to put you down.
No offense, but I think a few of the people who travel with us, they'd have a pretty good shot of giving you a run for your money.
Oh, that'd be fun. Your big puppy friend looks like he'd be a fun fight.
He's pretty scary, yeah.
Yeah, fun. This guy is clearly has a few looses screw and seems to view danger as joy.
Just say.
A few looses screw.
Yeah. A few screws loose.
No, it's got to be a few looser screws. Perfect for this guy.
Yeah. So, make your 3rd and possibly final survival check, Alarn.
Yeah, before I do that, considering the first 2 hours didn't go too well, I would like to spend the first 10 minutes to summon up some help.
What help are you getting?
I'm getting a smaller cat this time, more akin to a bobcat.
Okay.
Basically a mastiff in cat form.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
I'll allow this. Yeah. So go ahead and make your survival check, but with advantage.
Yeah. 21.
Finally got the DC.
God.
You've been looking around the outside perimeter of this the entire time, but it hasn't proven anything useful to you. Instead, you end up going over to the pillar and looking around the floor itself, and you do notice that a lot of the bones directly around the pillar look like they are broken. And then you look up the pillar, and right underneath the seat itself appears to have a section of the pillar that is slightly caved in, as if somebody could crawl into and down. Very hard to see, but
It's a straw.
kind of.
Well, I believe I have found the way out. Or at least further down.
All right, fantastic. Let's go. And he heads over there.
But
working
we're
on
not
the others,
done yet.
remember?
You're not done yet? Do you need a 4th hour, Jimmy?
Well, they haven't came back yet. I mean, we're not
also waiting
leaving.
for your nephew.
Right. But like, more than likely, they're gonna have to kill him. Let's be honest.
Also, we need to make sure that thing works. So we need what they find.
Yes, and we also need to let them know which way to go once they come down here.
Jimmy, you could test it with Ouch's component if you would like.
Yeah. That
it
would
will
only
deactivate Ouch.
Yeah. Yep. We'll pop out his residual battery and
What does that look like?
give it a go. The way I imagine it, it's just kind of this like blue translucent cylindrical container. Looks almost like a crystal, and it has very fine gold lining that thinly encompasses it around the middle, the tops, I guess you'd say the ends of it. And it kind of seems to always be emanating a very dull glow.
So,
I'm gonna pop this in. I hope it works. It should work. It's probably going to work. Can you guys just step over by maybe the tent area? Yeah, that's about 50. Yep, that should be good.
Sure. Steps back and
Yes.
he like looks excitedly over at it and goes, "Oh, this should be a show, right? What do you think it's gonna? Is it gonna glow bright? Is it gonna?"
It's either going to work or it's going to blow up.
Yes,
Oh,
it is
okay.
usually one of those
All right.
things.
He pulls out like a dried piece of meat and just starts ripping it off with his teeth. Like, all right, great.
Now, usually I use ouch for this part because it's new, and new things can. Yeah, we're just gonna see what happens, and I put it inside.
Give me.
I do have my shield. I am going to say when I drop it in, I have my shield in. I immediately just put it up.
Give me a sleight of hand check, Jimmy.
Sure.
Reroll.
Yep, I cannot roll that. So here is my reroll.
Well, you can. You have to roll it twice.
Yep.
Are you going to
22.
keep it 22?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I'm always going to ask you. I want you to waste them.
Because they
If
just
it enhances the
do it
story,
all
I
the time.
might say no.
Alrighty.
Oh,
So,
as they do.
as you slowly kind of like press it into a couple of the first coils, you watch as there's an immediate spark that you recognize as an oopsie. So you quickly put it into its other position. And you watch as the energy from the coil, the energy from your resonator, immediately begins siphoning through the tubes in a very faint glow, filtering out the filtration exit and filtering through. And after about 5 minutes, the energy from the resonator itself has been expended completely.
Yeah, that's it.
It works.
I hope they can find something that's kind of like this. This stuff is rare. I mean, the residuum, they mine it up in Whitestone, but there's not a lot of other places I've come across in Exandria that have it. It's so expensive too. We
So-
can never find it on the market.
So up top, or closer to the top, we have the three of you. Sir Yurik, Prissa, and Konoros. Sir Yurik, I did mute you while you left away, because we heard.
Yeah, no worries.
Cool. Prissa, give me an investigation.
I'll
Somebody
assist.
is able to assist. There you go. And the third person is holding the bag. 25.
Nice.
As you are filtering through this room, you are finding all manners of different items that are of interest and intrigue to you. You make it up to the top landing, where you do notice there's a new set of bodies, about 6 of them or so, and the nephew is already dead.
What did these new bodies look like?
A couple of them look like the natives to the area. One of them looks like the individual you captured, who apparently came inside here somehow.
Dion there as well?
Dion, yes. And the others seem to be almost militaristic in red and gold sequenced armaments, made out of leather, of course, but they all seem to have the exact same branding and symbol. However, you are unfamiliar with where they come from.
That I don't think that's a good sign, but Prissa's gonna go over there and try to search for some identification from them.
Okay. You do
Paper,
not
please.
find their ID cards, unfortunately.
Dang it. Can't even steal someone's identity in this fantasy world.
I know, such bullshit.
Hi, my name is Kevin.
Look at that, stolen. You can just start claiming to be Sir Yurik.
I could actually if I wanted to.
You could.
No.
He's very
think I know-
convincing.
I think I know how he acts around. This time, he loves his horse. Anyone who's lesser, they're savages.
You're not far off. But anyways,
Would Kedarth have any idea, being he's pretty well traveled?
you're very well traveled, Conoroth. Roll me a history check.
Alrighty. 20.
Okay. 1 second, let me get this information up because I completely forgot that you actually do travel these areas at times. And you would have been given some level of insight into it as well. So, we are in the Riff and Mist Peninsula. These people's armament, it seems to be relative to a military not terribly far from where you are. It is a settlement of individuals who have lived here for some time, and who are outside of the reaches of the Tal'Dorei Council and prefer to live a more free lifestyle outside of the realms of control of these people. However, they are still governed by their own bureaucracy, or tyranny. Let's use the proper word. It's a tyranny. They refer to themselves as free folk, and that is Free, free folk, outside of the boundaries of everybody else, treating it like the Wild West. However, they aren't. This seems to be the military group belonging to a small town called Byrondan. I'll spell that out for you. Which is a settlement of these free folk who live out here and do what they want and claim it is the proper way of life. Some of them are just people who want to live freely. A vast majority of them are people who are seeking asylum from the state of Tal'Dorei, and that want to live their lives as fugitives, but freely. They seem to be representative of that military.
Okay, I would relay that to Sir Yurik and Prissa. So odd to see them here.
They must have forced poor Dion down here with that guy.
Indeed.
How am I supposed to do?
Do you think that Glade would be mad if we you rested his nephew's remains? Just it seems wrong to leave him here to rot. We could throw it in the acid.
Why don't we put him in the bag of holding? Maybe. Is it still room?
I if possible, I'd like to save as much weight as we can for things that could help get us out of here and accomplish our tasks.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed.
I mean, I could always burn it.
You said if we couldn't save him, to kill him, and he's already dead.
Yeah. I'll make sure he, at least do some proper funeral rites for him.
Alright, I'll keep looking for a way for us to get out of here. And Prissa goes back to looking.
You mean for items?
Prissa,
You will
For
use
items.
detect magic again as well.
yes. You've spent a large amount of time scouring through here, and you found multiple items that are of all different levels of intrigue and curiosity and magic potency, but nothing that resembles the object that you don't even know what it is. Unfortunately, nothing that you found resembles something that you, with all of your arcana and knowledge of the arcane, would be justifiable as a power source.
I've given this some thought. She's saying this as she's kind of going through stuff. But so Yurik, what powers your helmet? Because it seems like you can use it all the time. You just have to reactivate it.
Well, I don't really know. I just bought it at the market, or well, it's I suppose some sort of magic. The type of what was it he called it? The weave. I'm not that familiar
Yes,
with
the,
how
the
magic
arcane
actually
weave.
works.
It's how practitioners of the arcane perform their magic. It's what I've researched.
Right. Well, I'd be happy to let you have a look at it if you want to. I don't know.
Maybe when we get back, but well, I heard that there's certain ways that you can enchant things, like with what I had a thought with, because with teleportation circles, if you cast them in the same spot for over a year, it can become a permanent one. What if we did something similar but with a silence spell, although maybe shorter than a year, so it may take more magic.
Yes, preferably a lot shorter than a year. Well, I don't really know how those, especially with Jimmy, the kind of magic he uses is very unfamiliar to me.
Agreed.
But I'd be happy to give up the helmet, I suppose, if necessary. It didn't cost that much, I suppose.
I would also assume Chris is putting like those interesting items in the bag as well,
Sure.
because we have up to 500 pounds of items there.
Sure.
Oh no, Chris is watching the weight, I would assume.
Always. You're a very smart character. You're not wise, but you're very smart.
I'm actually I'm wiser than Jimmy.
That's not saying a whole lot.
Yeah.
He's less wise than a commoner.
All right, let me
explains a lot.
rephrase it. I'm about as wise as a level 1 cleric, maybe.
Sure. But anyways, you scour your ways back downstairs, and you're going to be taking more of that acid damage as you do so. Same system as before. Prissa, get in the bag.
I want to heal up everyone before we do it.
Well, I have a
Okay.
quick question. Is there a way, like, if we could, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, get something to wrap ourselves and then go down? Would that work?
You're asking for a way to avoid the challenge that is meant to punish you for traveling up and back again.
Yes.
That's bullshit.
That's
Sorry.
oof right there.
Come on. All right.
Well, I mean, if we go fast enough, we'll get through it quicker.
So many ones.
And you already healed earlier for quite a lot. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can take it.
So
The best you can
let's
do
see,
is
that's
get
8
through
more.
quickly, and that allows you more time to rest up.
Because we need to get through, apply, and then we're good to go.
Alright, yeah, so then same plan with Prissa would haste up Canroth so he can get the fuck out of there quickly, hide in the bag, and
And then it gets in the basket.
It gets in the basket.
It puts the Prissa in the basket.
Who's again?
So, with the haste on, I'll just get a running start, and we're diving through that water at 220 feet around.
Sir Yurik, give me another con save.
I'm holding on to him as well.
Yeah, well, you're swimming.
Well, no, I think like I'm running straight down so fast that when we hit through, we're just going to get shot through the other side.
You can certainly try, but you also have to aim properly. When you're moving that fast, it's kind of hard to drift. Oh,
Constitution 14.
okay. You are going to manage to hold on to him. However, the total amount of damage you both suffer is going to be 27 total after 2 rounds.
All right.
And powder on, Prissa out, walk back in. Or no, I'm going to run in at full speed and just stop short of Jimmy. Stop short of the pillar.
He comes
Like,
grinding across the bones, skittering and shooting them everywhere, almost disturbing your new contraption, Jimmy.
Do you like hold the bag open too,
Careful.
and then have
Careful.
Prissa? So then the moment you stop, the centrifugal force sends her flying out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Coming out of there, just I'm melting.
All right, fine. We're
I'm
applying
melting."
physics.
We're applying physics. Can I just like kind of baseball grab?
Yeah, your arm breaks off.
You guys get it?
A for Doors' torso.
Are you having fun right now, or are you actually doing that?
No.
Just having fun, not actually doing that. Because let's be fair, that would probably break Pris's neck.
No, it'd crack her skull first.
Did you find anything useful?
We found quite a few things, but don't know if it's what Jimmy was looking for.
I'm
You
still
might have to take some time to see if any of them would work.
I go through them all real quick. Jero, do I see anything?
Unfortunately not. I mean, there's a lot of really nice magical items here, but nothing that is resembling of what you need. Nothing that is a power source.
Any magical books?
Unfortunately, no tomes.
Let's just
Yeah,
take a long rest and identify them all.
We let Prissa out of the bag.
Okay.
Well, he's
Oh my
filtering through the
God.
items.
What did? Chris, are
Found
you
this one among the
okay?
treasure.
Yeah, there's about 10 minutes of air in there, I believe.
I've
so
never even
good.
tried that. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, desperate times. Yeah, we found a lot of stuff, and Prissa finds like a pretty good empty corner, and then just kind of starts, instead of like simultaneously bringing things out, she turns the bag upside down and stuff, and just kind of starts making this trail of stuff as it just tumbles out of the bag.
Mhm.
Jimmy, I don't know exactly what you were trying to find, and I think I had maybe an idea, but I just grabbed anything that looked like it could possibly work. Does any of this seem like it would help?
Maybe.
Did we grab, by the way, Jiro? There's a lot of magic stuff apparently.
No. I don't see anything.
Could a combination work?
No. Oh.
Can we possibly jury-rig things together to make something that would work?
It needs to be a component of battery.
So yes, so you're looking for a battery, isn't that? I may remember this incorrectly, but isn't we have access to acid, and we probably have some copper coins, right?
No, I think
Would it be possible to channel the energy of the seed itself to power the thing?
I mean, maybe, but if the seed ever like stopped giving off, it'd have to be arcane though, and the voices aren't even arcane. I don't know if.
But the power itself from the seed might be arcane, or at least some sort of power source.
But it's a residuum battery. It's an arcane spell. It needs. No. Prissa, we need the spell first. Let's try channeling that into the device.
Alright, do you need it? I can maybe try to make it extra powerful to help it stick, but I don't know if it would change anything.
Just concentrate on it for a little while, and we need to make sure that the spell just stays in the device first.
Yeah, in that case, Prissa casts silence where Jimmy needs her to cast it.
Okay. He shows you the object at the end of this, which is a crystal that is lying between several interlocking strings that are woven and twisted together, almost like wires. Give me a spell attack, Prissa.
What should I use for that? I know spell attack, but
Any spell that requires an attack. Firebolt. Perfect. 15. You cast it and you maintain your concentration for a little while, and Jimmy, you have to see if it works, so you tell her to stop concentrating. You stop concentrating, and the spell persists for a couple of minutes, but then fails. Was not powerful enough. Not to mention the battery you currently have is not powerful enough.
Is there a way to possibly charge the battery with pure magical power?
I mean, it has to be consistent. It has to be perpetual. It has to keep charging it.
Well, perhaps plant growth would work if it was an organic battery, but
Jero, could I try like linking one of my item infusions to it?
What infusion?
So I have four. So as you know, I got 4 infusions. I can keep a perpetual magical effect within an item. So it's essentially like I'm keeping that minor connection to the arcane with these things. Could I infuse my resistant armor, my acid armor that I have? Actually, well, technically, it already has an infusion in it, because that residuum battery that I tinkered with has my homunculus servant infusion.
Right. And that's how it's going to work. Like, it will sustain for a period of time. You just need a spell cast into it powerfully enough to sustain it.
So we need to increase the power of the spell.
Yes, and also your infusion is only powerful enough to sustain it for a couple weeks, but it will fail.
More than enough time to get
and
Dwight
during
stuck.
that time, you will not have... Ouch.
Could I try
Until he has a new
maybe
battery, anyways.
my specific arcane nature to think of anything I could do to try and help this along?
Your arcane nature is nowhere near this arcane nature. Yours is about as different to this as druidic magic is to this. Now, you understand alchemical, but this is...
Cast something stronger. Cast silence.
I cast silence again at my highest level, which is level 5.
Okay. Give me another spell attack.
I'll give her bless.
I'm assisting her with it.
Ready? 25. This time, you focus your magical potency. 26. You focus your magical potency into this object, and instead of breaking your concentration, you just keep focusing upon it, trying to spread the radius and then draw that spread of energy and force it into that location. And upon doing so and maintaining your concentration for a couple of minutes, you relinquish, and Jimmy, you watch as the silence inside of the crystal itself you see resonating and spinning as the magic pulses through it, and the chords are resonating with it as well. It is perpetually going to do this for up to a couple of weeks. But for now, the problem is solved, and anything within 20 feet of this device is silenced.
Quick question to Jero. With that sort of idea, with the creation spell, the way it works is that you channel stuff from the Shadowfell, shadow material. Is there a way, can Prissa think of a way that's maybe a variant of that spell to maybe channel Shadowfell energy into this continuously?
You would need to be a much higher level spellcaster or a artificer.
That's fair. Can I at least get maybe do a roll to see if I can get the basic foundation for that?
Roll Arcana. Yeah,
right next to Jimmy.
Technically,
You are.
Jimmy, would energy enough to let a wide area of forests?
Are you stepping away to hear because it's
Jimmy points to his ear like.
Alarm will wave him out. Just come over here.
It's working.
But Prissa, to answer your question, you would need to have a very tiny portal funneled from the Shadowfell to a source of the magic from the Shadowfell into a device in order to do that. It is possible. There are many different devices and different magical potencies that do this across the realm, but it is something that you have to be around a 9th level spellcaster to be able to achieve.
So I'd need something like a gate spell.
No, you would need something like a permanent gate spell. Gate is only temporary. You need something that would be permanent. However, what Jimmy is doing is working.
For now.
For now.
Guys, I don't know how long it's going to last, but this will stop it for a while. Maybe we come up with a better
to seal
solution.
this place off.
If I use the plant growth to channel quite a bit of energy into it, would that help?
I don't understand how
The battery.
plant would with it.
Well, perhaps with your help, instead of channeling the energy into the nature around us, we could
Jimmy,
channel it into the device.
Jimmy, would this possibly help? And Prissa will bring up her pearl of power.
So I'm thinking of like plugging into a potato to see it has an electrical charge. That's what I'm thinking of. now that
Jimmy,
you're-
this pearl gains magical power every dawn. If it maybe it would help. Do you think you could figure something out? And she hands it to Jimmy real quick.
I mean, if the spell is channeled, but don't you have to? Maybe. Can I figure out if there's a way to?
Give me an Arcana.
Can Prissa be helped with that since she's been using it?
Guidance.
Yeah.
You have guidance, Jimmy.
Helped and guided. Jesus fuck.
Plus 1d4.
Well, this is getting my flash because this is another thing. So
Plus 1d4.
plus a d4.
So we're at 23 currently. We're at 27. Cool. The object has the right idea, though the pearl itself is not made of a tough enough material or a good enough filtration material to sustain something this powerful. The theory is there, and apparently whoever invented the Pearl of Power is considering things like that, or was considering things like that. It is a consistent source of power, but it has to be called upon. It is not something that is self-sustaining, and that's the problem with arcanists. They don't ever create things to be permanent. Well, they do, but it's not always in the easiest way. They go very complicated with it.
Jera, would it be fair to say I could jerry-rig the current power supply to exceed what it is currently by utilizing this additional source of stored spell
power? No. This object has the theory behind it, but is not developed in a way to be like that.
Gotcha. I'm sorry, Prissa. I don't think it's really going to do much. I think at most we have a little bit of time, maybe a few weeks, for this thing to at least stop killing people.
Well, that's all right. Well, if we're ever at the Lyceum, we should really look into this again, because I think this could.
If we could go get a battery, I could probably make something. Right now I can't. I don't have what I need.
I mean,
Right.
Is it working? I mean, it's
Yeah, Sir Yurik, you got the helmet?
Well, sorry, I'm just dozing off a bit here.
Well, I think that's because it's so silent now, so Yurik.
That was pretty quiet.
Probably.
Can you
also-
hear anything?
Also, I don't know if they mentioned it, but there was some armed military-looking people up there. They're dead, but they were up there, dead bodies. And poor
No.
Dion's dead.
Most importantly, Alarin found
He found something.
Wait, Dion's dead. What?
He is dead.
Damn. You
You
had to
knew
kill him?
Dion.
No,
No,
we didn't
he
kill
was. He was killed by, I think, those fellows. They were dressed in like red and they were uniformed.
The redcoats. All right.
him. They looked like they belonged to Bryodan.
Dorzen, before I help you with your thing, I'm just gonna do my thing.
I understand.
Thank you. So-
Wait, am I to take it that you knew Dion?
Yeah, he's my nephew.
Dion, the elf native we
The-
rescued?
Oh, not Dion. I apologize. He was more concerned about his nephew upstairs, which is the
Who
same
is also
situation.
dead.
Yeah.
Half orc.
Yeah, the half orc upstairs is his nephew. But anyways, how about we get the fuck
The
out of here?
moment.
I had.
Yeah.
Oh, you were froze that entire time you were talking, Lauren. So sorry.
Oh, heard nothing?
No,
Ah,
he does not know Dion. He was referring to the orc upstairs.
yeah. I heard you fine, so
Okay. All right.
not sure what happened.
So how about we get the hell out of here? You know,
Yes.
I haven't seen daylight in like 3 weeks. Kind of miss
that
it.
is- Yes. Well, how long this device of yours will last, Jimmy? Perhaps we should try to seal the entrance as well.
Probably a good idea.
Conoroth, how many bags do you have? Because you can physically carry weight, but you need to be able to put it in the proper
I think I have
positions.
2 bags.
Okay, that are already full with other things.
I mean, he
I
could
think
get
one is empty because it
Let
I
one
can
person
help.
speak at a time, please. Conoroth.
one's empty, but the other one's full.
So, give me a survival check, see how much crap you can jam in there.
Can I help with that?
I'll take the help.
Sure. Roll
Got
again.
it before I rolled.
He said it before you rolled, so it's fine. 9. You're gonna get like a good 3 items because you keep grabbing the biggest things, so it's kind of difficult. You get 3 items. Especially if you really must.
spend on 50 more pounds worth of stuff before.
Right, but you need to have the places to position it so it's not just, falling off you. You
Have a
can't just
saddle.
the saddle. Oh, so you're relinquishing some of the gold?
No, it's just like I have strap. Do I not have extra straps besides the bags?
This saddle was designed to have these bags as the straps.
Oh,
They're
okay.
side
He
saddles.
substituted that for that. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. I
So
thought-
that
I
you
thought
could
I
have
had-
4 bags worth of treasure.
I haven't. I have a backpack. I think.
Prissa wants to help, so what she does is she casts creation to make a 5-foot cube's worth of sacks.
Roll the spell for me, please. I know you have malleable
This is a
illusion.
weird
so-
one.
Yeah.
Creation's weird,
Yeah.
but awesome.
Yep.
And if I recall, the vegetative matter lasts for 24 hours or 8 hours. I'll double check on that.
Yeah.
Vegetable for a day.
And burlap sacks are vegetable.
Yeah.
So you'll have 24 hours to fill
Of
up
bag.
all of these other bags. Alrighty. So more or less the loot that you've produced, you can sustain most of it, but you're going to have to leave quite a bit behind. 500 pounds is a lot different than 5 or 6 or 7 bags.
Yeah.
Not to mention, you
alarm-
need people to actually wear these bags, and all of you are currently wearing backpacks.
I can
Yeah.
carry a lot of them myself, though.
You can, but you have to remember there is like a physical restriction to it, not just a strength restriction. I mean,
Prissa
unless you
was-
want to walk out with your arms stretched the entire time and unable to fight anybody because you're just carrying all the bags.
She uses the bags as weapons.
Bludgeoning damage.
which also means you can't climb. You can't really like communicate that well. You can't rotate. You
climb.
can't be
I
dexterous.
got the slippers.
Right, but like you can't do physical climbing or anything else like that. It's gonna be a very bad situation.
Lauren can take a few of the items. At least he can still carry a bit more.
Yeah, I can also
Whoever was
carry
having
quite a bit more.
Oh,
Glaive could also probably carry a few in exchange for coin at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely take a couple. He puts one on his back and one on his front.
We can compensate you in coin afterwards.
Oh no, I'm keeping these bags. Slaps it.
Could just
That's
wait a day and cast animate dead on the corpses upstairs.
Oh,
That seems really
very
fucked up. Why not
unethical.
let them like rest? You know,
So,
Yeah.
with
That was
everyone-
not an in-game suggestion.
undead kind of freak me the fuck out. You know.
Yes, and that should be put down as quickly as possible.
Also, I think Dorzen might be angry if you do that, or at least his goddess will.
Killing
Well,
undead.
actually, Priscilla,
No, raising
your,
them.
your one thing holds coins, right?
Yes, and only coins.
Wouldn't it be then wise to take a little bit to get the coins out of the bag and put them in there?
How many
Yeah.
hours do you want to spend doing this?
We literally have hours to do it.
Sure.
For sake of clarity, who is the people that helped split that bag of 500?
I got 50 pounds of it.
I got 75 of it.
I can take 50 from either of you because I finally found a way to fix my calculation on this sheet, and adding another 50 does not kill me.
See how
Jimmy,
much
I'll
damage
say
she-
Ouch has a dormant state where it is just a backpack. If you would like. Make it easier. But that is your backpack.
He's dragging him.
Okay.
So to
just
simplify
drag it
this,
out.
Lauren, you don't have 50 pounds worth of crap anymore.
Okay, then I can take even more of the items.
Yeah,
I
I
say
think-
let's take about like maybe 4 hours between all of us trying to get all the
4
coins out of there.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I
I
can
can
also
carry 100 pounds.
I
By
can
the
also
way,
put a bag on Kinnos.
I haven't done
Your
this in a
cat, who
while,
you now
but
have.
actually,
Yeah.
I don't. I did this in the Underdark, but I think it was before Dorzen, and I ritual cast the Tensor's magical disc.
Okay.
I forgot about that spell.
You have to remember one restriction about it, though. It can't really fold or maneuver very well. So, yes, but
Is this hole big enough to fit Horseman?
No, the horseman.
it'll be a tight squeeze, something that you're used to having to be a problem with you.
Or oh wait, why don't we just all put it on doors and then polymorph him?
We did this
Actually,
with
I
8.
thought about
Forgot
that.
about this
but-
solution. We have found a way to get all the loot, Jero.
You have to be
All
able
right.
to carry it first. What's
I
your
mean,
max
Dorzen-
carry?
My max carry is 570.
Okay, which you're already there.
I'm at 500 even right. 504 right now.
Okay. So you guys put one more bag on him full of shit.
The carry weight calculator is it's your
15
strength.
times score
So
and double because I'm large. In terms of this,
Dorzen, do you have a preferred form you want to polymorph to, or
you know what? Actually, just pile it all on me. I can carry 750.
but you
See-
still need. I have room to put everything.
Yeah,
that's-
and
There's
the
no
issue is,
person.
like, we are coming into the same question of physical real estate, of where you can keep everything. Now, if they polymorph you, yeah, you're fine, but, like, not polymorphed, you're just a stiffened arm structure.
It's
I'm sorry.
You're coming
it's
in from
actually
Walmart and carrying
540,
all the bags at
not
once.
570.
Yeah,
I do
literally
it all the
that.
time.
I can hold 40 more pounds before it being covered. I'm sorry. I calculated wrong.
We can also put a little bit at least, maybe a backpack source on.
It doesn't
cat's
really
companion.
matter as if I'm turning into like something you guys can carry, so I don't have to walk.
I'll
can
carry
take
you.
my
I've got you covered, Dorzen.
I have room to carry 100 pounds more, at least. 110, actually.
All right, so I'm gonna carry another 40 pounds or 30 pounds worth of the treasure from the satchels, because that already was allotted, so we're not breaking any rules here. And now I'm at capacity. I
Did
cannot carry
anybody
any
learn
more.
anything from the greedy voices in our heads? Anyone?
Nope.
I'm a pirate. I can get away with this.
Oh, I'm actually surprised we didn't find another bag of holding up there.
I'm a scholar.
Oh
Actually,
no, I don't allow those to be in here because no.
So, Jiro, you know exactly what I'm buying my first trip back into town.
I know what you're going to try to buy.
A banded leer full of bags of holding.
do you know what the first thing I'm gonna buy, Jiro, is?
Portable
Try.
hole.
Oh no, I was gonna follow up on that scroll I had ordered, but
You already bought that, didn't you?
no. You said they didn't have it, so I have to come back later and.
Yeah. You paid them to go try to find it. That's what you did.
Yep.
So, you all ready to start moving?
Yep.
Encumbered as all hell.
So, while you all were arguing, Dorzen, you noticed that Glade is not here anymore.
He already went through the hole, and I figured as much.
Cool. How are you guys going to solve the Dorzen problem?
Polymorph him.
That's your Jupiter.
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought someone was gonna say more. Yeah, I cast Polymorph on Dorzen, and I was also trying to figure out exactly
What are you
I
turning him
should-
into?
I'm gonna go with Raven because seems suitable. He can fly.
I sit on Prissa's shoulder.
Gonna stop at anything shiny.
Oh, fuck.
Ravens can actually speak.
They could.
They used to, and
Except you made a Feo Raven.
Yep.
Are you comfortable there, Dorzen?
Nevermore!
Never more comfortable, or you're never comfortable, or
Give me a con save, Dorzen, as a Raven.
Okay. What? You're gonna have to give me the Raven stats, because that's how polymorph works.
8 Constitution on a Raven.
So a -1.
Alright, so I'm just gonna roll a regular d20 then.
Yep.
16 with the -1.
Okay. You manage to suppress your innate instinct to just shit.
That is what they do.
Yep.
yeah.
They do not have muscles to control their bowels.
Yep.
It just all goes.
So, as you all start climbing up the pillar one by one, some of you holding on to others and others holding on to bags for dear life, you end up eventually crossing over the threshold into a new tunnel that winds and weaves downwards, but it's a much closer one, so you can guide yourselves as you are moving down this area. It is very tight for Sir Uric and Conaroth in particular. However, you are able to wiggle your way down and traverse. And it is here that we will come back again next week for the hopefully last portion of this dungeon diving. So
we're gonna be in this dungeon for the rest of the campaign, Jero.
fantastic. I mean, that'll be a short campaign.
As soon as we get out, we're gonna come back in the entrance and loot all the treasure.
Players,
It's
thank you
like-
for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. I hope you all had a fantastic time. Goodbye.
Bye.